Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. How is everybody doing? We are finally back. Our part has finally come in, and we're able to live stream again. So please do let me know. Make sure everything sounds good. Make sure we got it all sorted out, and we'll bring all the live action to everybody as soon as we can. So we're just a few minutes away from qualifying conditions here from Race Asylum North America, and this is round 6. So we've missed a few rounds due to our breakdown, but we're back, and it's going to be Spa here today. So it's going to be a 1 hour endurance race at Spa. All 3 racing tires are required here, the racing hards, the racing mediums, and the racing soft tires. And the mandate is a 1 full flying circuit lap for that tire. So it's a little bit confusing, so we'll just leave it at that. It is 4 times tire wear and 3 times fuel in the series. So we're going to see 2 pit stops, and we're going to see 13 very fast drivers here in Division 1. And then when Division 1 race is over, we'll take about a 5-minute break. We'll set up our Division 2, and we'll broadcast Division 2 right in behind Division 1. So both Race Asylum divisions coming to you guys here back-to-back tonight. So welcome in. Glad to see everybody. Happy New Year. And I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, family-friendly broadcast, of course, as always, so kids can sit down and hang out and watch this one, and it's going to be a doozy. It's been a great battle so far this season. It's anybody's game, still at the top of the standings. There's definitely a few drivers standing out above the rest, but it's not secured or locked in yet. So, as you can see on the screen in front of us here, we are at Spa today, and we're just awaiting for the word from race officials that qualifying is going to be underway, and we'll flip you right over to the big screen here. So, let's just take a look at our track here today. So, just a wee bit of information here for everybody today, and it is Spa. So, our track is a 4.5 mile racetrack, 7 kilometers. It has 20 left and right hand corners. It's a tarmac road surface. It's a real world circuit, and it has an elevation change of 341 feet. So absolute doozy of a racetrack. I would like to say it's probably one of the favorite tracks here on the Gran Turismo 7 platform as far as racers go. Got Miss D up here in the house saying, let's go.
Just going to turn some volume down on my end here so I'm not going deaf while I'm commentating.
Chris, great to see you live again, Timmy. I'm glad my part finally came in. My goodness, that was rough. All right, so I think qualifying is underway.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, so we're still waiting. As you can see on the screen in front of us here, we're just waiting for qualifying to get underway here. So we'll just keep talking a little bit more about the series. Now, I'm a little out of the loop because, again, we've been broke down for a while, so I'm not sure where the standings are sitting exactly, but I definitely know the fights between King Ears, Jakey, Lucas, and I can't remember his name. Where is he? Mihal. V-Rod. We'll call him V-Rod. As well here. So Bigham's, LJ, Little Nicky, Cupcake, J-Set Noir, Renegade, Hooligan, all very quick drivers here as well. Renegade, I think, first race of the season here this week. First live broadcast race of the season anyways. And should be a good lobby. So 13, I think, are on the grid here today. We got some drivers practicing their grid starts here. We got Roses here, Bite the Roses here as well this week here. So that's cool. Lots of fast drivers here. You can see a bunch of A pluses and A's up in this lobby here as well. So Derek coming in with the thumbs up. We got Chris coming in with the thumbs up. We got the love coming in from the community. So we're just glad to be back. We apologize for the absolute lack of over the last 3 weeks. It sucks that the stream was down, but it was kind of a nice little break for me, I guess, at the same time. So we got lots of stuff sorted in behind the scenes. That means new things are coming very soon. So stay tuned to the Discord servers. Stay tuned. Fun coming. I am well, Derek. I hope you're doing good myself. Hope you had a good Christmas and New Year's and all that great jazz. Got John, Clarissa coming in with the thumbs up on the stream as well. Welcome in, everybody. Do me a favor. We haven't been live for 3 weeks. Crazy, hey? It's been 3 weeks, chat. Do me a favor. The page has been suffering a little bit. Hit those reactions tonight. Get those shares out there for me. Let's get the pages kicking again here because content back as usual here. So we got ACC content tomorrow night. We got regular content coming throughout the week and some announcements coming, so lots happening. Derek Nolan coming in with that share as well. Appreciate you, my guy. All right, so it's 2024. It's January, 5th, 6th, 7th, 6th, something like that. So It'll be the first Race Asylum race of the new year here in 2024, round 6. How you doing, Clarissa? Hope you're doing well. Hope you and the fam jam are kicking it, man. Alright, so we're just waiting for race control to give us the word that qualifying starting here, and then we'll get this thing underway officially. So as soon as race control comes across with the buzz, we'll bring the action to everybody. Hey, what's going on, Paul, Joe? Good day, Miss D, says Joe. Welcome in everybody on the Race Asylum YouTube channel as well. Everything sounds good, yes, yes. No more crackling and bad things happening.
Alright.
Just eating some dinner? Ooh, what we having for dinner? Paul coming in with that share as well. Aaron Benson coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. To love, appreciate the community. You know, I never worry about this community, the winner circle, that's for sure. We may have been away for a while, but you guys are always here and we appreciate it. Oh, we got Egon up in the house here. I didn't know Egon was racing today. Alright, so I think we're waiting for one driver, I think is what's happening here. We are on a Belgium racetrack here. Of course, Spa replacing the F1 races from absolutely iconic racetrack, unfortunately. And you know, Spa still all the thunder. Now we got the 24 hours of Spa. Of course, they just had the recent renovation on Ardugen already on to widen it up a little bit, extend it, make it a little more running room friendly for multiple cars ripping through the field.
I didn't think he was scheduled in today. I wasn't sure what was going on there.
Baked chicken, mac cheese, mashed taters, and rolls. Dang, son. Sounds tasty. Sounds tasty. All good in the hood? Glad to hear it, Joe. Yeah, just give me a ring when the stream shuts off. I got a bunch of questions I gotta ask you too. Alright. I'm not sure who the driver is we're waiting for here. Sorry, Egon, my man. Alright, we got an ERA driver coming in here. Looks like a turkey flag as well, so love it. Ismail Truth. Got that ERA tag in front of it. That ERA tag tells me he's a very quick, efficient driver, so we'll be watching for this driver here today. Baked chicken, mac and cheese. That's a good combo. That is a great combo, actually. Gotta tell you, you know, the Americans, they sure know how to eat, man. Alright, we're getting ready to go here. So race officials are just checking in with all the drivers right now to make sure everybody is ready to go. Got some drivers still out taking advantage of a little bit of practice time remaining on the racetrack here. Howdy, howdy, just checking out the racing, wishing it was on track, but that's how it goes. Yeah, hey, life is life, Aaron, my man. Glad to see you, my dude. Hope you've had a good New Year's as well. Happy 2024 to everybody. Jacob, let's go, boys. Alright, so this is Division 1. Division 2 will be followed up at the end of this Division 1 race with a small little break, so I have time to set it up. It's running right beside this lobby at the same time, so it'll be done in a little bit of a different manner, but it'll still be done right after the race nonetheless. So we'll have Division 1 and 2 live for everybody here this evening. Alright, we're getting ready for qualifying conditions here. In the heart of Ardennes Forest lays Spa. That's true, that's true. It's a beauty of a track too, isn't it, Chris? Absolutely beauty of a racetrack. Alright, good luck, racers. So we're going to be starting with a 5-minute qualifying run to start the race. So it's basically enough time for the drivers to get, in this case, maybe 2 hot laps. Depends how early they get out of pit lane here. So one hot lap for sure, and that's kind of the idea behind the short qualifying, of course. So really, it's anybody's game for pole position. Alright, looks like our first driver is leaving pit lane, and I think that might be Jake I see coming out of pit lane here to start our qualifying session. No, it was LJ, looks like he's coming out first. No, Jake, it was Jake. Alright, so Jakey is leading the way here. Alright, half-second track limit penalty here for Jake, but it's the outlap, so no harm, no foul. It'll cost him a little bit of straight line speed when he has to serve it, because of course it's served right up to the ball for a curve, but again, it's the outlap, so it'll still give Jake time to get back up to speed, heading out of below Shimon into the chicane, and start, and hopefully get a good, what could be only one lap here today. Like I said, the drivers that are out early might squeeze too, but for the most part here, we're going to be seeing one lap qualifying here today. So we're going to stick on board with our lead driver, who's Jakey. Who's going to take pole here today? Anybody's game. Absolutely quick field of drivers here. So one little mistake could cost you positions, quite a few positions here in a division this quickly paced out as Division 1 here from Racing Asylum North America. So we'll do our best to try and give you information on each driver as we go here as the race progresses. Again, it's an hour-long endurance race, so we'll have plenty of time to show all the good stuff and some great-looking liveries out on track as always. Here, we'll go through our field here in just a moment. We got Roses just in behind Jakey. We got LJ in behind Roses. We got Little Nicky from Race Asylum there in 4th on track. We got Piggums out 5th on track there. He's left himself some space. V-Rod is 6th with King Ears right tucked in behind. That leaves Noir here in 8th place on track. We got Renegade out 9th. We got Hooligan here out 10th on track. We got Cupcake out 11th. We got J-Set out in 12th. And we got Ishmael in 13th on track. Now, that's not their running position. That's just where they came out of the pits for qualifying. Jakey's just come across the start-finish line. Qualifying is official here as we come around the source for the first hot lap qualifying. So how much time we got on the clock? About 2.5 minutes here. So the top 5 or 6 drivers might get a second shot at this here. So as we're heading up into Eau Rouge, you're going to clip this corner here. You're going to try to go for the late apex. You don't want to lift here. You want to full send up the track. You're going to lose way too much time if you don't. You're just trying to kind of keep the car stable up the undulating off-camber uphill corners. From there, that takes us up to Camel Straight, and then that takes us right into Lacombe here. This is a nice little 3-way S sector. It's a spicy little sector. If you get it wrong, you'll blow it wide here. So it's important that these drivers get these tires up to temperature on that outlap because, like I said, a track of this length, it's hard to get that second lap in qualifying with 5 minutes. So as we head down, I can't remember this corner. It'll come to me. It'll come to me. We're a little rusty, chat. We're a little rusty. Alright, so now as we come around here, you're going to stay on the right side here, and at about the 50-meter board, you're just going to kind of lightly tap the brakes, downshift. You're going to roll in through this apex here to poo on, and you're looking for a late exit. You got to watch how much of that green you grab because it could cause traction loss in the car. That could cause not so good corner. That takes us into campus here. And again, another set of S's. So SPA's a lot of high speed into a technical sector, into high speed into a technical sector. And you're just using as much of the curving on entry and exit as you can. From here, it's a little tight right-hander into the ball for a curve. And here again, it's all about your turn. And if you get it wrong, you got to lift. If you get it right, you can full send the corner. Jakey's got it right there. You got a nice full send there. And that's going to lead us up into below Chamois. And of course, that leads us up into the chicane, heading up to the end of the racetrack here. So all high speed here. These guys aren't letting up at all. A little bit of an early turn in here, no lift, follow it through. And that takes us into the final 2 corners, 19 and 20, 18, 19 and 20, pardon me, the chicane. And this is a tough sector here. So it's undulating, it's uphill, it's twisting. The cars can get unstable very quickly here. So let's see what Jake has for a time. It's going to be a 2:16. Rose is going to come across, stay at second. Let's see what LJ's got here. It's going to be third for LJ. And Little Nicky's going to move up into third. Piggum's coming across. It's going to move up into third. We got V-Rod coming through. It's going to take pole position. King Ears here in 7th place. What's he going to do? He's going to move up into 3rd place. We got Renegade coming through here. He is going to be in 8th place. Noir's coming through. Looks like he's going to stay in 9th. Hooligan moves up into 8th place. Where is Cupcake? He's just coming around the chicane here right now. J-Set here coming through. Cupcake's going to stay in 11th place. We got J-Set's going to move up into 8th place. There he is. Ishmael. We're looking for Ishmael. Ishmael, he came out very late here. He's going for that very, very flying hot lap here. So he is not going to cross the line with any time remaining here. So this will be his only crack at it. And is going to be a 2:19. So it wasn't the best lap, I don't think, for that driver. Alright, so we got Jakey currently in 2nd here. Some of these guys are on a 2nd lap. Some of these guys cross the line late. They're done their qualifying already. Again, it comes down to when you get out of pit lane in these 5-minute qualifiers, especially on a lap like Spa, a little over 2 minutes. So let's see if Jake can improve here. It's only 0.022 seconds separating V-Rod from Jakey right now. And then it's 8/10 from him to King Ears. So top 2 guys are very closely paced together here. Alright, Jakey is, I'm just waiting for him to get through this live timing sector, but I think I missed it. He's just heading up to the chicane for the final time here. And then he's got, I believe, V-Rod in behind and Pigham's in behind, so let's see if Jakey can find an improvement. Let's go race Asylum. Let's go race Asylum. It is. It's going to be a pole position there for Jake. He's going to take that away from V-Rod. So let's see if V-Rod responds here now. Pigham's is coming across. Let's see if he improves there. Pigham's moves up into 5th place. V-Rod is going to stay in 2nd place. That was little Nicky there. He's up in 4th place. LJ steals it from him there. So little Nicky in 5th place, pardon me. I think that was a little live timing glitch we seen right there from the game as they were coming across the line. It just shifted their positions for a minute, so it looks like it's going to be Jakey in pole position. It's going to be V-Rod in 2nd. It's going to be King Ears to start in 3rd place. And we left you on the little screen. I'm such a noob. Let's flip you over. Alright, so it's going to be Jakey in pole position. It's going to be V-Rod in 2nd place, King Ears in 3rd, LJ in 4th, Little Nicky in 5th, Pigham's in 6th place. It's going to be Roses in 7th, J-Set in 8th. It's going to be Ishmael in 9th, Hooligan in 10th, Renegade in 11th place, Noir in 12th, and Cupcake in 13th position. That is going to be our starting order here for our race. So race officials will get things underway when they are satisfied that the racers are ready to go and the track meets safety conditions. We'll get to our 1-hour endurance race. Whoever the host of our Div 2 lobby is, don't forget to save your replay or share the replay right after the race, please. I literally spent the afternoon catching up on sleep, so that's how life has been. Hey, sometimes you need to catch up on sleep. Beautiful, absolutely going to be another tough fought battle here. Battle of the Bulge, BRZ style. Absolutely. Alright, we're just going to go check on the stream real quick. Cody coming in with the heart on the stream as well. Mr. Love, my guy, hope you're doing fantastic. Good luck tonight. Come on, RA, good luck to all the drivers. How's it going, Asylum Racer? How's it going, my man? I see you guys over there. I see you guys over there. Alright, looks like we're going to have a slight little delay here as one of the drivers needs to make a emergency little boys room stop. It happens. Typically we have about a 2 or 3 minute delay in between qualifying and racing conditions anywho, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. So in the meantime, let's talk a little bit about the track here for a moment. Alright, so Spa. Turn 1 is a great spot for passing. La Source, of course, very, very tight, like 180, maybe a little less degree corner. A lot tighter than it looks. It's incredibly easy to run wide on exit, and drivers need to exercise that throttle control when getting back on the power, of course, coming out on the entry. If you get too early on the throttle, it puts you out wide past the curbing, and that's a dangerous spot to be. It's dirty, it's slippery out there. Definitely not where you want to be, especially on lap 1, turn 1, at the start of the race with cold racing tires. From there, that takes us to Eau Rouge. Has varying grip levels throughout the section of the track. Thanks to the elevation changes, grip levels will also change as tires wear its toll as the race goes on. On the event of rain, this section will be even more challenging. It is absolutely very challenging when it rains because rain runs downhill, and while it's an uphill sector, the longest straight of Spa is the Kemmel Straight. It is 0.47 miles, 751.8 meters from Ratillon to Lacombe is 1,060 meters estimated. Entry into Brussels is a downhill grade. This turn has plenty of runout room should it be needed. That is the hairpin there that I forgot the corner name on just a minute ago. We're on board with Jakey. The approach to Pouhon is a downhill grade. Drivers need to be mindful of their speed or you will overshoot the turn. And again, lots of runoff room there for the drivers, but the typical mistake from drivers is they panic. You get on the throttle on the artificial green curbing on the outside, and it tends to break your back end free of the race car, and that's never good. So got to be very, very careful through Pouhon. Turn 13 gives opportunity for passing. However, if a driver is not able to complete the pass before turn 14, then the defending driver has that inside line, which of course is always important. Drivers will try to gather as much speed as possible on the exit. The rumble strip at the exit can unbalance the car. Drivers will have to assess risk versus reward. Turn 18 is a high-speed turn with a tarmac runout. However, the tarmac can be a little slippery on the painted surface. We talk about that a lot here on the racetracks, actually in Gran Turismo 7, and it's the truth. The painted surface on the outside edge, which we see on the screen in front of us right now, on the edge of the curbing, is extremely dangerous. It's very slippery. Depending on track conditions, your traction level is extremely varied. So it really is. You got to be mindful when you got tires on that green artificial curbing. It's like having tires in the grass. It's just be careful, you know. All right, so I believe race control is ready to put these drivers on the grid here, and we're getting ready to get underway. So we should be racing here in about 2-3 minutes time. Hope everybody's having a good evening. Good evening. Again, presented by Racing Asylum North America, and I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming. Do us a favor, like and share if you have done so already. We appreciate you, legends. And if you're new to the stream, welcome in. Family-friendly broadcast, and we'll do our best to catch all the action. Go get him, RA and TT. Hey, good luck, driver, says Josh. Things are good. Hope you're well. I am well. I'm happy that we're able to finally get some content back on the page. I'm glad my part came in. I'm glad we can continue to business as usual here.
All right, we should be underway here just shortly. There we go.
Fantabulous. All right. Good luck to all the racers. Go get them. Have fun. Race hard. Keep it clean. All right, ladies and gentlemen, grid set up. We're ready to go. Kick them tires. Light them fires. We going racing. We waiting on the lights, so officials making them wait here. We got 3 reds, 4 reds. Looking at 5. We're waiting. Still waiting. Green, 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 green. And we are officially underway here. Round 6 of Spa for RANA. And good, tidy race start here so far. We're going to go 3 wide into the Source here. And lots of room in this corner, but the driver's going to have to be mindful. Oof, one ring's really wide there. I think that was V-Rod there going out wide into the edge of the corner there and almost got that car spun out. He did a great job of keeping it underneath of him there. He's going to drop about 3 or 4 positions early on, but it's very early in the race here yet, so no need to panic. 60 minutes is a long time to make up for a small mistake like that, especially on the very first corner of the race. So Jake does get the whole shot, gets a clean run out, and has opened up a half-second gap on King Ears. we see LJ pulling out in the slipstream here, and he's going to take that inside position coming into the Lacombe's for the first time here, and it's going to be side-by-side action right off the bat here. Huge move by Roses up the inside. A little Nicky coming into Lacombe's there, super late on the brakes, absolutely pushed through the open door there. That was a great pass by Roses, and now he is all over this battle for second and third place between King Ears and LJ. King Ears holding strong on the outside here right now, but LJ gets a good run into Brussels there, and he is going to open the door and get himself through. So LJ is going to move up into second place. King Ears is going to drop it down into third place here, but he does manage to shut the door on Roses, who was definitely looking for opportunity there. He tried to put that car in the hole. It's just the door got closed. So little Nicky sitting right there in fifth place, watching all the action happen there. Nice and comfortable, slight little gap to Pigham's in sixth place. Ishmael up 2 spots real early on in the race here. He's up into seventh place, and I've seen this driver around. I know he's an efficient driver, so let's keep our eye on this driver here today. We got V-Rod in 8th place as well. We've got J-Set in 9th position here with Noir right in behind, so 2 teammates nose to tail here right now. We've got Renegade currently sitting in 11th position here. We've got Cupcake right there in behind, and a little mistake there from Hooligan coming in through Campus into Stavelot, so that was unfortunate there, but again, lots of time left to make this up. We got lots of pit strategy involved here, and it is go time. So it is Jakey still with this race lead here right now. He's got 0.6 of a second over LJ currently here in second place. Great battle between him and King Ears in the first lap of this race, and that battle settled down very quickly, and King Ears is just going to settle in behind here right now and probably assess his opponent if I had to guess. This is a very, very good race car driver here at ERA King Ears. It's a lot of fun to watch this guy race, and he's taking notes right there in behind the steering wheel. I can almost guarantee it. We got Roses here in 4th place, and he's chilling right now. He's just sitting in that slipstream. He's probably sipping a little fuel right now, taking advantage of that big hole being punched in right now by the top 3 drivers in front of him. Little Nicky holding strong here in 5th place. His drivers look good all season long here. He's been holding his own in a very tough field of drivers here, and currently looks real good so far early on here at Spa. Now this is Spa, great racetrack. Lots of racers know it well, so we should really be in for a doozy here tonight. Ishmael up into 6th place here, so he is taking numbers and knocking him down one at a time. That didn't go the way I planned out in my head. We'll apologize about that fail. But he is absolutely just tracking him down one at a time here. Right now, he's got his eyes on little Nicky up in 5th place. It's 1.3 seconds currently. We got Jay here in 7th position here now, so he's moved up a couple spots. Since we went through last time, he's gotten ahead of V-Rod there. Noir's in 9th place, so somebody must have dropped back here. Renegade dropped back down here, so must have had a little bit of an issue at somewhere on the racetrack here on those tires, and just fell back a couple spots. Bigham's in 12th place here too as well, so interesting. Not sure what happened to Bigham's there. LJ now in the lead of the race here, so Jakey down into 4th place here. I'm not sure what's kind of happened. There's been some stuff we missed here. But now we have LJ in the lead of this race. He's got King Ears right tucked in behind here now. So I'm kind of wondering how long now King Ears is going to sit in behind LJ with the lead there. King Ears has got a knack for getting out front and starting to build a gap. So I kind of wonder if his racing strategy has all of a sudden changed with the sudden development of finding himself in 2nd place there. He's just kind of moving around the left or right hand side of LJ's car here currently. I don't think it's necessarily looking for a way around. I think he's just trying to get some clean air into the front end of this BRZ so he can brake effectively and turn in effectively and still remain close to the race leader here right now. He got a nice entry into turn 1 there, into that first part of the chicane there, turn 18, so he gets a good exit. And LJ, he's just not letting LJ go anywhere. He's just gonna chill right now. He's just kind of hanging out here in 2nd, and he's assessing his opponent right now, and he's really starting to apply pressure. You got a good run out of La Source area. Are we going to see side by side coming up on the Au Rouge already on here? Nope, King Ears is going to settle back in behind. We got a little battle between Roses and Jakey here, 3rd and 4th place now as well. Roses hammered down on the throttle there, just couldn't quite get that car to settle down. Jakey's just going to nibble up ahead of him here, entering into Au Rouge, so we're up the hill here. Jakey's going to find himself back in 3rd place, 3 seconds in behind King Ears and LJ, who are now currently leading the pace of this race. So here we go. Rose is going to pull out in the slipstream here, head up into Lacombe. And are we going to see a change for third place here? He's going to go really deep in on the brakes there. That's going to shoot him way wide on the racetrack there. He's going to take that run away, and Jakey's going to settle right back in behind him. He's going to have dirty tires here now heading down into Brussels, so Jakey's got the advantage on the inside, and Jakey's going to grab P3 back from Roses. So a little too late on the brakes there by Roses, and he's going to give that back up. But ooh, good battle there, and oh boy, Jakey, he is going for a ride. He manages to keep that thing out of the wall, and he manages not to take anybody out. He's still trying to get that car underneath of him. Wow, oh wow, what a moment that was, Chad. That was crazy. So he's going to go down from third into sixth, and he has got Jason all over his back door here right now. So costly little mistake right there by Jakey, and it is that easy in a division this tight to lose positions. One little mistake and a heck of a recovery, and 3 positions gone just like that. So let's go take another look at that recovery here. That was an absolutely great save right there by Jake. He comes out of Brussels, gets down on the throttle there just a little too much, so it just overcorrects it a little bit there, rides it out in the grass, manages not to take little Nicky out there in the process, gets the car all kinds of loose again, and just manages to keep it underneath of him. That was a great save right there by RA's Jakey. So, oof, close calls. I don't know. Skilled drivers just find a way. So King Ears is now in the lead of this race, and I knew the moment we left him he was going to make the move on LJ, so I apologize to everybody for that. And he now has fastest lap on track with a 2:16.6 here as well. So LJ now finds himself tracking King Ears here, 1.9 seconds in behind Roses, and Jakey lost some time there, obviously on the front back with that little skirmish they had over Brussels there. Roses lost it a little bit under throttle there too as well, and he had to gather his car back up, so that cost him a little time on those race leaders. Noir comes in on teammate J-Set there and closes right up on the back of J-Set there out of the source as well. Little Nicky now finds himself up in 4th place. He's got Ishmael though really closing in now. He's starting to close into pressure distance here at this point, so he's got that car right there, and little Nicky is definitely aware that he's there, as he's got a view mirror full of Ishmael's car. Good evening, John. Hope you're doing well, my man. And well, let's see what happens here. We're going to try and stick with this. Ishmael has been picking the field apart one by one here all race long. He started in 9th place. He's currently sitting up in 5th right now, and looking real solid here on the racetrack. And I did say at the beginning of this race, this is one of these drivers we've got to keep our eye on here today. He's efficient. He's quick. Oh yeah, clinking and clanking on things. I'm not used to this anymore, apparently. Alright, so Jakey, after a pretty crazy recovery, after a pretty tense moment there, currently sitting in 6th place. We got Noir here up into 7th place here now. We've got Cupcake up into 8th. We've got Jay here in 9th. We got Pigums in 10th. We've got V-Rod here in 11th place. We got Renegade in 12th position, and Hooligan here in 13th place. So we're seeing positions changing almost every lap here, and a lot of it I think is just self-induced mistakes right now for the most part. So King Ear's doing what he does. I said he's probably going to look for an early opportunity to try and get around LJ here and open up a gap, and that's exactly what we see King Ear's doing. We've seen him do that pretty much all season long, so that's nothing out of the ordinary for that driver. We got LJ here, who is starting to come right back into form here. He's looking very, very quick. So we got Roses here in 3rd place. It's been a while since we've seen him on track, but he's still looking as quick as ever. And closing up the gap a little tiny bit. It was 5.6, I think it's down to 5.3, so little bits here and there. Little Nicky and Ishmael here separated only by a couple car lengths right now between the two of them as we enter 18, 19, and 20 here. 19 and 20 to start finish line and start lap number 5 here. So again, 2-minute laps, so we're going to be seeing about a 27, 26 lap race, depending on the pace of the lobby and the drivers overall. So definitely at least a 2-stop race, potentially maybe 3, but this is a very long pit stop here at Spa. It's one of the longer pit stops in the game, so I think the extra pit stop strategy might not necessarily be of full benefit to the drivers today, but we'll see what our drivers opt to do for strategy here today. Of course, it's all 3 tires that are required, so I mean, you can start on the hards, get rid of them quick, jump on mediums and softs for the rest of your race. Maybe some drivers have started on mediums, some have started on softs. I mean, it all really depends on what kind of game plan and strategy they have in their head, but I can definitely I can almost guarantee that each driver is factored into the pit stop time here at Spa to factor in their strategies here today. Got Noir in 7th place. He's chasing Jake. He's got that gap at about a second here. Currently is 1.2 seconds right now to him and 8th place driver RA's Cupcake. RAA. Not sure exactly what the A means. I'll have to ask the RA group what the A means. We've got Jay right in behind him there in 9th position here as well. Kind of just maintaining that distance in behind right now. We got V-Rod here in 10th place. We got Bigums here in 11th position. And looks like has made a pit stop here. We got Renegade in 12th. And I believe that's... Can't remember what ESR stands for. It has slipped my mind. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys over there. And Hooligan here, so... 13 start, 13 still in the grid, that's good. It was looking a little iffy there for a while. The servers were acting up there a little bit earlier today, so thankfully they have stabilized, is the word I'm looking for. Alright, so King Ears comes across on the start of lap 6 here, and he's got a 5-second gap over LJ currently, so not really opening up a massive gap per se, but definitely opening a gap nonetheless. Roses is in 3rd place currently, and he's sitting 6 seconds in behind 2nd place driver LJ here at the moment, and kind of gaining, kind of losing, I guess. It really very evenly paced drivers. It's hard to gain on each other when you get such closely paced drivers together. You make that mistake, it's really hard to make that time back up. You gotta hope they make little bobbles and little mistakes themselves sometimes to close that door back up and try. Academy, thank you, Ray, appreciate it, love it. Tier system with the RA tags, yeah, I knew that. I just wasn't sure what the A stood for. Now I know, because Ray clarified. Thank you, darling. Alright, so little old Nicky is under pressure from Ishmael here. Now these are teammates, so obviously not, dangerous amount of pressure here. He's just is tucked in behind his teammate here right now, and he's just chilling. He must be comfortable with the pace of this driver, I'm thinking, or he probably would have tried to get around, but again, that's just speculation from the guy behind the wall in the column who's watching things going down. So I don't know that much about Ishmael. I've just seen him around and know he's a very good racer. So all right, Noir up into 6th position here. Jay is up into 7th position. We've got Cupcake here. Ooh, that looks like a little bobble coming out of Brussels there. In 8th position, we have Jakey here in 9th. So drivers have made pit stops, so we're going to start seeing drivers again jockeying around position a little bit here. We got Renegade now up into 11th place. We've got Hooligan up into 12th place, and V-Rod after making a pit stop now in the 13th position. But it's going to be the last 10 minutes of the race that we're really going to have a better idea at who's where in this race and where the battles are really going to be for the podium at the end of the night. But right now, it's just all this setup. Hello from the other side. Alright, so King Ears must have made a mistake. He had a 5-second gap on LJ, and LJ's within a second now, 0.8 of a second as a matter of fact. So definitely something happened there, and we are really good at missing all the good action here today, aren't we, Chad? I agree. But the tire rules is racing hards, racing mediums, and racing softs, and you have to use each tire for a full flying circuit lap in order to fill the mandate for each tire. So basically, if you start the race, you can pit at the end of lap 2. If you finish the race on them, you can pit at the end. You have to do it 2 laps before the end of the race. If you do it in the middle part of the race, you have to do an in lap, an out lap, and an in lap, a flying lap, and an out lap. Out lap, flying lap, in lap. I'll get it right eventually. In order to count that mandate, whether it be a hard, medium, or a soft tire. So it does kind of depend on when you start on the tire in the race, and then that tire mandate. At the end of the day, the literature states 1 full flying lap around the racetrack will call that tire as required as fulfilled. The words I was looking for there. I'm a little jumbly today. It's been a few weeks. I apologize, everybody. Alejandro coming in with the heart as well. We'll get back into form here, won't we, Chad? 3rd time's a charm.
Story of my life, Ray. Story of my life. All right, King Ears here
in the lead. He's starting to open the gap back up, so he definitely made a mistake there. LJ closed up real close, but the tire difference between the two cars right now is what's providing that gap for King Ears. We got Roses here, 5.6 seconds, so we gained a tiny little bit on first and second place here over the last couple laps. Ishmael now up into fourth place, so Little Nicky must have made a pit stop, as I don't even see him in the top 8 on the list here. So Ishmael got the freebie up in the fourth place, didn't actually have to battle with his teammate, and that's the best kind of pass on a teammate that you could ask for in this situation. We got Noir here up into 5th place, moving up very quickly here, but hasn't pit yet. We have Jay here in 6th place, much of the same thing. We got Cupcake here in 7th position, 10 seconds in behind. Piggums is in 8th place with Little Nicky very close in behind here now, chasing in 9th. Jakey is in 10th position here, and Renegade in 11th right in behind. We got V-Rod here in 12th. We got Hooligan here in 13th. So we're not seeing the usual suspects up front here right now, but again, we are in the middle of pit stopping and strategy sequences, so it's going to be, like I said, the last 10 minutes really ultimately is going to kind of break down what we're up against here for a race finish today. But in the meantime, it's a whole lot of fun trying to figure it out. Obviously, I had noopsies for sure. I missed you guys. It's just been bugging me not to be able to live stream because of a stupid cable, but you know, that's what happens when things break at Christmas time. It just takes a while to get it, but no, we're live, we're back, that's all that matters. Jesse coming in with that thumbs up, appreciate you, my guy. I hope you're doing fantastic. Alright, so King Ears, 1.6 seconds, we're on lap 8, so we're 17 minutes into this race at this point. LJ still chasing in 2nd place. LJ maintaining a really good pace on a different tire compound here. He's really doing a good job at not allowing King Ears to get too far ahead here, and that might pay dividends for him here at the end of the day if he can sit in the position he's sitting all race long. We got Roses chasing 5.8 seconds, so it's a give a little, take a little between Roses and King Ears and LJ right now. Very, very equal pace, obviously. Ishmael here is 8.6 seconds in behind the podium right now. That is definitely noted. I don't know. I just had a suspicion about this guy finishing on the podium here today. We're watching. I think he's got what it takes. We got TT Noir here in 5th place currently and having a pretty good race here so far. We've got Jay Set here up into 6th place. He's about 4 seconds in behind Noir up ahead. Piggums here in 7th place, and a much larger gap obviously to the group up ahead because these guys are on a different pit stop sequence. Some of the drivers up ahead have not made a pit stop yet, so that will make up that 30-second gap and probably a little bit more. Little Nicky here in 8th position, and oh, is he going to make the move on Piggums? There he is. I was just going to say, it looks like he's content with just sitting in behind Piggums here, but he's going to move it up on the inside in through Puan. That was a great move right there, by the way. Very well executed here by the two drivers, and Piggums looking for a response on the exit, but that's going to put him on the outside here now coming into campus, and that's not the ideal line here, so he's just going to tuck right back in behind Little Nicky here, and that's allowing Jakey to try and close in on these two. So if they start to battle, that's going to allow Jakey to close up here. I don't think that's what we're seeing here. I think Piggums had a nice little cutback attempt there. Little Nicky had a good run and manages to hold on to position. So it's going to be Little Nicky with a great move up into 7th place through Puan on Piggums. Jakey is closing in a little bit here now, 1.7 seconds. Renegade's 4.3 seconds in behind. That's a pretty styling livery right there, if I got to say so myself. We got Cupcake here in 11th place as well. We've got V-Rod here in 12th place, and we got Hooli in 13th position here, and only 5 seconds in behind V-Rod. So, you know what, I was seeing that driver's pace improve from week to week here too. It's love. Love to see that. That means that, you know, the seat time is ultimately what allows us to continue to become better racers. So the more time that everybody continues to put in behind the steering wheel or the controller, whatever the case is for each racer, just the better and better you'll get. And of course a little bit of help from the community never hurts, but at the end of the day, seat time is key to success. So King Ears is showing that right now, 2.2 seconds in the lead. However, this, what I like to call the Hamilton strategy, hasn't always worked out for King Ears here so far this season, and that is mainly due to the fact that this lobby is so closely paced together. It's hard to really kind of destroy a field. We got LJ currently sitting in 2nd place, 2.4 seconds is the gap now, but I mean, still got King Ears well in sighting distance as he's coming around corner to corner. Roses here is about 6.2 seconds, so he's losing about maybe 2.5 tenths a lap here on average, it seems like, to our first and second place drivers here right now. Ooh, a tense moment there coming in through the Paul Frere curve. Again, that artificial curbing on the outside of the rumble strips there. It really does pose issues for the racers, especially around certain racetracks, and this is definitely one of those racetrack spots. So the drivers really need to be mindful of that throughout the race, especially as their tires wear down. Noir here up into 5th place and 2.6 seconds in behind Ishmael here. It seems like he's closing in on Ishmael a little bit. We got Jay here in 6th position. We got Little Nicky here in 7th. We got Renegade here in 8th place. And battling with Jakey here right now, actually. So let's stick with this. We got V-Rod mixed in here. Nice little three-way battle. And Piggums is just tucked in behind here as well. So lots of doings happening here in the backpack. Let's keep on this for a minute here. Renegade has cleared Jake for the time being here. Let's jump in with Jake here. I believe this is our current championship points leader, if I'm not mistaken. And it is going to get looked at here from V-Rod. So V-Rod's going to take a look up the inside into Blochemont here. And great job by those two. Lots of room given there. Great respect by the two racers. Jake going to take a look up into the chicane. Nope, he's just going to settle in behind V-Rod here for the time being. And going to look for a good run here. He took a wide entry into the second part of that chicane, and that usually is an indication that the driver's looking for a big straight line exit there. And it didn't look like it gained him anything there, though. V-Rod also had a good exit there, and now Renegade getting close back up on here too as well as we come into turn number 1 with Source. Blair coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. Twitchy. And great battle here right now for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th place. Fantastic battling here. Alright, let's get back up there as V-Rod's now managed to get around Renegade. He's going to now lead this pack of battling cars here up into the Kemmel Straight. He is immediately going to go to the defensive line here. He's like, nope, I'm just going to sit right here. So he's going to put Renegade in, and Jakey's going to take a look 3 wide here. And oh, both those drivers go really deep on the brakes. What a move by Jakey right there. He's going to get 2 for 1 out of that. Oh, battling side by side right here with V-Rod, and no, he can't get it done on V-Rod. V-Rod did just enough to place his car in the right places going into Lacombe's, and he's just going to hold Jakey off. But what a move by RA's Jakey. Crazy, absolutely crazy race right there. He went in super late on the brakes. Renegade went a little early on the brakes, and both V-Rod and Jakey getting the pass done heading into Lacombe, going late on the brakes. So Renegade lost 2 spots there, just braking a little bit earlier than the 2 drivers that was battling him for the position. So that was pretty crazy. Jake almost got 2 there, but V-Rod with a great defensive battle there, and he's going to hold Jakey off for the time being. So it doesn't matter where in the pack we are, there is just good battles happening everywhere right now. We got King Ears still in the lead of this race, and it's now 11 seconds. We got Roses here in 2nd place, which means LJ's in pit lane, which has just happened as he came around the chicane there. So Roses is going to go around another time here as well. And that puts him up in the 2nd place. We got Jay here in 3rd position. He's got 16 seconds in behind Roses right now, so a little bit of work to do. We got LJ in pit lane, we got Noir in pit lane, and we got Ishmael in pit lane here as well. I think we just seen somebody else come in. Little Nicky's going to continue on. Here's a little bit of a over throttle on the exit there, and it's easy to do on turn number 20 there. Again, an uphill kind of off undulating corner. It's really easy to get the car unstabilized coming up the crest of that hill when you come out of turn 20 there. Alright, so we got V-Rod here in 7th place, and there's been some great battling here for him. He has had a scrappy season so far this season, but that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So Ishmael's going to come out just ahead of V-Rod here in that pit stop. So Ishmael drops down into 6th place out to that pit. We got Jakey here in 8th. We got Renegade in 9th. We got Piggums closing in right on the tail fin of that BRZ here now as well, heading up into the Kemmel Straight. So are we going to see a move here? Piggums, he's not sure which way he's taking. He was trying to see if the door was going to open up a little bit there. He's going to use some slipstream back up here on Renegade, and is he going to get the job done on the outside? He is. Again, just a little bit later on the brakes there, a little bit of contact between the two. and side-by-side battle in here as we head towards Brussels, and Piggums just is going to edge out Renegade there, and that was some good scrappy fighting there between the two. Piggums going to move himself up into 9th place. Renegade's going to move down into 10th place. Noir comes out of pit lane in 11th place there. He finds himself just in behind these two, and he's got to get these cold racing tires up to temperature. Got Cupcake here in 12th place, and we got Hooligan rounding out the field there in 13th, so there we go. King Ears has opted to come into pit lane. I'm assuming we're going to see much of the same thing here from Roses, and that is the case. So are we going to see a pit stop here from Jay? He's flashing red in the fuel here as well. So I guess the question is, can he, what a stud, can he go around one more time, or is he going to opt to bring it in? He's also going to come into pit lane. So LJ pit lap before King Ears, going for the undercut here, so he's heading up into the chicane right now. Now pit exit is after turn 1, and basically at the end of La Radion on the Kemmel Straight is where these guys come out at. So let's see where LJ comes out in comparison. King Ears is fueled up. His car is on its way out. And oh boy, this is close for first place here right now. It is going to be... LJ's up to speed. Should be able to get the run around King Ears heading into Rouge. And it's going to be LJ just squeezing out the race lead on King Ears. So the undercut did work. It definitely gained him the position, but it only gained him about 2 seconds overall. And he has King Ears right on the back side of his racing car. The only difference is temperature in LJ's tires, and King Ears still has to work that temperature up in his racing tires yet, so it might be hard for King Ears to try and battle early on with LJ, but LJ taking it over the race lead. We got Roses here in 3rd place. We got little Nicky here doing a great job in 4th place, and he's going to take a look up at the inside here. Roses has enough distance there. He easily covers off that line. Going to defend the position here for the time being, but let's stay on board with this battle for 3rd and 4th place here, as these two drivers are basically separated by a BRZ in between the two of them at the moment. Heading down through Brussels. Nice tight corner there by Roses. Going to give him a good exit, but little Nicky really rolled that car through there. He really got a great run coming out of Brussels, and he is right underneath that rear fin of Bite the Roses here now. And there we go. He's going to go up the inside again, and this seems to be the spot. He likes to make the move, but Roses goes in deep again and manages just to hold him there into the corner. So little Nicky definitely took a look. This would have been the second time we've seen him make that inside move through Boo on there today, but didn't work on Roses here, as he had that covered off. So he's going to settle back in behind here, and let's see if he tries to make something happen. Nope, he's just going to pull back into the racing line here, and I think he might try to make something happen out of the Paul Frere curve, heading up into Blochemont maybe, as these drivers get up to speed, and use that slipstream to try and get the job done moving up into the chicane. So here we go. He's going to move up the inside immediately, already trying to set that up. It's going to give him inside position into Blochemont, and he may actually clear Roses before we get to that point, and he does. He clears the Roses right about midway through Blochemont, but now he's going to give Roses the inside line to the chicane. He hasn't cleared him yet. He's just cleared Roses there now. Roses is going to play nice for the time being here. He's just going to settle in behind little Nicky, and these two are going to continue on, but there it is, little Nicky making a mistake again on the exit of turn number 20 there, and that may have just cost him the position on Roses, and in fact it did. So Roses is going to grab 3rd place back from little Nicky here, and there's some good battling on the racetrack here today at Spa. Let's go see what else is happening here real quick. We got V-Rod here in 5th place. He's got Jakey 1 second in behind here, currently sitting in 6th. We got J-Set in 7th position. Just lost that position to Ishmael, actually heading into Lesource. So Ishmael getting the job done there, moving up into 7th place on J-Set. J-Set drops down into 8th place. Got teammate Piggins just in behind. Renegade here in 10th place. We got Noir in 11th position, and Cupcake in 12th, and Hooli here in 13th, and he is right there starting to apply some pressure to Cupcake there in 13th and 12th position. So alright, so King Ears has managed to pass LJ and get the lead back again from LJ, and let's see if he can make this gap a little bit more desirable than the last time, as he did just give the lead of the race away to LJ in the pit stop sequence between the two of them there. Right now it's a second, so I mean it's definitely not enough for him to really gain a air quote advantage right now. A little Nicky up at the 3rd place there, of course. Roses must have made a mistake there somewhere now. Little Nicky's got the job done here, and he's back up in the 3rd, and Roses back down to the 4th. So lots of battling happening here. It's a great race. We got V-Rod in 5th place here with Jakey currently sitting in 6th position. He's had an up and down day here so far today, but he's battling back pretty good. ERA's Ishmael. He's killing it. This driver I'm still not counting out for a podium here yet today. He has proven to be very patient, very calm, very cool, very collected. He just kind of picks them up, puts them down one at a time type of driver, it seems like. But he's got Pickham's close in, tail in behind here in 8th place. We got Jay right there in 9th. So Pickham's has got around Jay. We got Renegade there in 10th position. Apologize for hitting the mic again. We got Noir in 11th. We got Hooli now up into 12th position here. He has managed to get his way around Cupcake, and Cupcake here in 13th. So a good little battle between these two guys there in the back of the pack as well. So fighting all through this field here today. We got Thomas coming in with the light, Blair coming in with that lake as well. Appreciate everybody for a quick little checkaroos here. There we go. Keep going, King. You got this. My prediction is King for win, LJ 2nd, and Nikki in 3rd, says Asylum. Alright, let's see how it goes. It's a pretty good prediction. It's definitely a safe prediction the way things are looking right now. We have 28 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in this race, so just after the halfway point. We'll see another set of pit stops from all the drivers yet, I believe, and then we'll see where everybody is kind of settled in after that last round of pit stops, and see where the battles are going to be here for the end of the race. So it's 2.5 seconds right now between LJ and King Ears. So King Ears trying again to reopen up that gap. Little Nicky's 11 seconds in behind LJ, so a little bit of a cushion for 1st and 2nd place right now. Rose is currently sitting here in 4th position. We've got V-Rod here in 5th place. We've got Jakey here in 6th. Nothing's changed too much there. We got Ishmael and Piggums now coming down through Brussels side by side. Piggums trying to get 7th place away from Ishmael here, and so far so good. So Piggums does get 7th place on Ishmael here. Does Ishmael respond, coming through Puhan and entering in towards campus? Hard to say. It looks like he's just happy with settling back in here for now. And Piggums on the move here a little bit now on the racetrack. We got J-Side here in 9th position. Got Noir in 10th place here as well. We've got Renegade here in 11th position, and a little bit of wheel slide there from Noir, and that's going to allow Renegade just to pull a little bit closer, and then he goes wide as well on the exit there, so that's definitely going to allow Renegade to close up a little bit. Let's stick with this here for a second. Not too bad, only caused him about 0.3 of a second, those two little mistakes, but that's 0.3 of a second less cushion that he now has on Renegade in 11th place chasing him. We've got Hooligan here. Ooh, makes a little mistake there. Cupcake gets around, and he's going to settle back into 13th, get himself back on track. So there we go. King Ears, he's really kind of trying to push the limits here now. You can see he's really starting to push here. He's got that gap now up to 3.7 seconds, and he knows he's a racer. He's a smart guy. He knows that he needs this gap in about 10 seconds right now before this next pit stop sequence ends if he wants to have a chance of coming out ahead of LJ and trying to hold him off on a slow tire compound as well. That's really kind of the battle that Ears has up against him here sometime in the next 26 minutes. So LJ here in 2nd position. We got little Nicky here in 3rd place, and 3.8 seconds ahead of V-Rod right now. He's got Jakey and Roses bearing down. So Jakey has just gotten around Roses, and now looks like trying to track down V-Rod here again. So it's a great battling all throughout the field this race. Nobody is safe in this race today. Even when you think you got a little bit of a comfort zone, it seems like that comfort zone shrinks up at some point. And the pressure continues on, and the battle continues on. So it's definitely some hard, fast racing going on here today. And V-Rod's still holding strong in 4th place. We got Jakey there in 5th place, and we got Roses in 6th. That's a pretty shiny livery. We got Pickham's there in 7th place. We've got ERA's Ishmael Truth here in 8th place. Got ESR's Renegade here now in 9th position. Jay's down into 10th place, but it looks like he's made a pit stop here. We've got Cupcake here in 11th place. Hooligan here in 12th position, and Noir in 13th. And he's also made a pit stop. So some drivers on their final tire compound, some drivers have yet to make that change. So this is the next 10 minutes. The next 10 to 15 minutes are going to be when we're seeing the pit strategies all come to their final pit stops here, and then it'll be game on. I mean, it's going to be race on for the last 3-4 laps of this thing to see who's going to ultimately be called the winner today. Right now, King Ears is in that position. 5.4 seconds in the lead of 24.5 minutes remaining in the race. Still has another tire compound to use. LJ chasing in second place, much of the same thing. It's 5.5 seconds in behind, has another tire compound to use. Little Nicky here in third place also still owes a tire compound. We have Jakey here, who owes a tire compound as well, and I believe Roses also owes a tire compound. Ishmael Truth here still owing a tire compound as well. V-Rod making his final pit stop right now. Pigham's making his final pit stop right now. I believe Renegade owes a tire stop still. Jay made his final pit stop there the last time around. We've got Cupcake here. May have made his final pit stop. We got Hooligan here, who may be much of the same thing, and we got Noir here, who has made his final tire compound change to the race here as well. So some drivers are done, some drivers are in the process of getting their last tire compound on the race cars, and some drivers have yet to do so. So as I said, about the next 10-15 minutes, we're going to start seeing these pit strategies come to fruition, and we'll see where the drivers settle into the race when all that happens. Troy coming in with that thumbs up on the stream. Appreciate you, my guy. Welcome in. That's not the attitude to have. I'm not winning, he says. It's talent to be able to race at that level and chat in the stream chat at the same time. I gotta say, my guy, this is impressive. 6.7 seconds now the gap, so he's doing a good job at opening the gap here. I said I figured he needs about 10 seconds, so let's see what happens when everything settles in the wash here. We got LJ here in second place. He's got 8.9 seconds on Little Nicky, so Little Nicky's been tearing into that gap. It was 11.1 seconds last time we noted it, so he's knocked 2.5 seconds off of that gap here so far. We got Jakey in fourth place, and he's tracking quickly here. On Little Nicky right now in third place. We got Roses here in fifth. He's lost a little bit of pace on Jakey here, almost 6 seconds now. Ishmael's 4 seconds in behind Roses here, and it has a 32-second gap on the rest of the field because the rest of the field has essentially made that final pit stop of the race. So V-Rod here in seventh. We got Renegade up into 8th place. I think he still owes a pit stop. We got Pigham's here now in 9th. We got Jay in 10th. We got Cupcake sitting in 11th. We got Hooligan in 12th, and we got Noir here in 13th position, about 6.4 seconds in behind. So here we go. Predictions. Great racing so far. It's been a great race. These guys have been doing a great job out here on the track. Alright, King Ears has that gap up to about 7.6 seconds here right now. Jakey now in for his final pit stop of the race. We have LJ here. He is sitting in second place, and he is looking in a good spot here in this race right now as well. Can't count this guy out either. He's looked absolutely sharp all night long, and definitely deserving of a podium finish here today with his pace. We got Roses here in fourth position. We've got Ishmael here now back up into fifth place again. This driver has started in ninth place, keeping in mind Jakey here in seventh position. They're just going to release him from pit lane there. You're watching that crew do what the crew does best, and that's get some tires and fuel into this racing car so the driver can get back out. And he's definitely going to come out ahead of V-Rod and Renegade here. V-Rod comes roaring around Losaurus here, though, and he is going to close in on Jakey very quickly here as we head up Rouge already on into the Kennel Straight. Jakey's on fresh, cold racing tires. V-Rod has some scrubbed in racing tires. Should have a slight advantage here over this first lap of Jakey coming out of pit lane. So let's see if he can take advantage and get the job done. He's going to take a look up the inside here. Ooh, a little bit of contact there between the two, and side by side. So Jakey just using the runoff there, just again to keep the car safe. We've seen the guys use the runoff a couple of times here today, and I mean ultimately that's why it's there. So Jakey is going to pull in behind V-Rod here, and then Jakey's aware that his tires are cold. He might not have fought that battle too much there yet either. We got Pigham's here in 8th place. He's got about half a second on Renegade right now in 9th. We got J-Set sitting in 10th place, 5 seconds in behind Renegade. We got Cupcake in behind him in 11th place with Hooligan in 12th, and Noir here in 13th position. So all the drivers now on their strategies. So, ooh, something happened to Ears here. Haha, you hate to see it. Is he just in pit lane? No, he's coming around, so he must have made a mistake here somewhere around the latter part of that lap, and LJ managed to get ahead of him here again, and now LJ is going to again try the undercut situation here, and King Ears is definitely going to have his work cut out for him here to make up that 6 seconds. I'm not sure what happened. A couple times today he's just made that little mistake, and we'll have to see how that plays out at the end of the race. So Nicky now coming in the pit lane, he's going to make his final stop. So now let's see where the backfield ends up here, as these guys have made their pit stops here for the race, I believe. So let's see where they come out in comparison now to our leaders. Ishmael and King Ears will both need to make another pit stop here yet, so LJ just comes out of pit lane here now, and just kind of keep an eye on that gap. V-Rod is within, it looks like, so Roses came out in behind here, so Roses was in pit lane, just comes out ahead of V-Rod, and it's 11 seconds to LJ in third place here right now, and oh boy, V-Rod is all over the back end of Roses here right now, basically pushing him up our Rouge on the radio. As we head to the Camel Straight here, are we going to see a move? Yes, we are going to see a move. He's going to pull out in the slip there, he's going to take the inside line, heading into the comb. And it's about a little late braking here, and they both broke at about the same time there. We've seen those brake lights come on relatively similar times there, so both of them on the same thought process there. And again, that's what happens when you have drivers that are so equally paced. So V-Rod getting the job done, moving himself up into fourth. Put Roses down into fifth. Little Nicky and Jakey in 6th and 7th, closing in on that group of drivers. So we got a 4-way pack there, really tightening up. Pickham's is about 7 seconds behind. If they start battling, he may be able to close up that group quickly. Got Renegade falling off the pace. Pickham's just a little bit here, 2.9 seconds in behind, and he has about 3.9 seconds on 10th place driver J-Set here currently right now. He's just coming in towards Buon here. We got Cupcake in 11th position. We got Hooligan here in 12th place, and Noir in 13th position. Slowly but surely starting to close in. Hooligan here a little bit of a mistake in Brussels there by Hooligan. He's seen he had to really rein that car in to get to make the corner there. He went a little bit deep, but it's easy to do in that corner. It's a downhill cambering corner, so if you don't brake quite early enough, you're definitely going to shoot that wide. Alright, so King Ears, 14.5 second gap on Ishmael, who has 20 seconds on LJ. So what is that, 34.6 seconds currently on LJ, has King Ears. That's so close, it's very close. Got V-Rod here in 4th position, and this is a great little pack of cars here right now. These guys have been battling pretty hard all race long at points throughout the race, and here we are, all nose to tail, re-engaged for another fresh battle here towards the end of the race. We got 16 minutes and 38.76 seconds left on the clock, and well, 4th through 7th place separated by about 2.5 seconds currently. Not a lot of time. Right now, V-Rod has a little bit of a gap. He doesn't have to worry about slipstream quite at the moment from Roses, but if Jakey and Little Nicky tuck in behind and start to push a little bit, all three of those cars will catch up to V-Rod relatively quickly, especially on this track. There's lots of opportunity to use bump drafting to your advantage here. We've got Piggums here in 8th place. He's kind of in no man's land. He's got about 7.8 seconds on both sides of him here right now. J-Set teammate in behind in 9th place. Cupcake holding down that top 10 here right now. Got Noir 8.5 seconds in behind. We got Hooligan and Renegade now in pit lane. It looks like Renegade's just leaving pit lane. Hooligan's just coming in, so that'll be a position swap there as well. 12th place for Renegade, 13th place for Hooligan. So it is King Ears still leading the charge, and the gap to LJ is about 34 seconds. I don't know if that's enough. I think he needed about 44 to 45 seconds, I think, to stay out ahead of LJ, but I could be wrong. It's just a guess based off of my knowledge of the how long it takes to make a pit stop here. is a lengthy one of the longest ones in the game, that's for sure. So drivers have, like I said, have considered that into their strategy here today. And King Ears he's not panicking right now. He's just doing what he does, man. He's racing. He's giving it 110%, and where he ends up when the checkered flag falls is where he ends up. And the next race is a new race, you know. So we got LJ here in third place. He's got 18 seconds to Ishmael, and it's 33 seconds. So he's about half a second gained this time around on King Ears. We got V-Rod here in fourth position and still managing to hold that gap on Roses here a little bit, about 1.7. He's opened it up just a smidge. And this is when the race gets tough. You have 15 minutes left on the clock. You can see those guys in your rearview mirror. You know they're there. It's tough. Some drivers handle pressure differently than others, but right now V-Rod doing well. Jakey is going to take a look up into the inside, heading into the source on Roses here for fifth place, and this is a good battle here, and Jakey's going to get the job done. So he's going to settle in just ahead of Roses here, making the long run up into Rouge already on. And this might be an opportunity for Roses to respond up into Lacombe. So if he times this run up into the Camel Straight just right, he can use that slipstream to clear Jake before he even gets to Lacombes. But I think he was tucked in just a little bit too close there, heading up already on, and just didn't quite give him that slingshot run maybe that he was looking for, or maybe he's working together with Jakey right now to try and push up on V-Rod up ahead. He did give him a little push right there, so little Nicky in behind here in seventh position. I mean, he can see those two there, so I don't think the battling is done there. We've got Piggums here in 8th place. He's closing in a little bit. Jay here in 9th place. He's comfortable right now. He's got no pressure. He's just got to finish this thing out. Got Noir here now up into 10th place here, and much of the same thing for him. He's just got to roll this race through. We got Renegade here in 11th. We got Cupcake in 12th, and we got Hooligan in the 13th position. And no driver really too far away from the next driver up ahead of him. That's what we like to see. That's the whole plan here. But we have 3 different tire compounds that need to be used over an hour-long race. Typically, it's the tire strategy that separates the field more than the pace, and that's what we're seeing here right now. But King Ears and Ishmael again still need, and Ishmael's actually making that stop right now to make a final stop here. They still have a tire compound to clear, so Ishmael's going to do that right now. And LJ is only 17 seconds in behind the second place driver here, so he should get second place back with this pit stop from Ishmael here. Now, the goal here for LJ, with clean air in front of him especially, and no battle, no pressure in behind, is really to optimize his laps here until King Ears pits, to try and continue closing the gap. It's down to 31.7 seconds from 34.6, so slowly but surely LJ has been picking away at that gap from our current race leader Ears. V-Rod's in third place here. He's got 1.8 seconds on Jakey. He has had a good race here today too as well. ERA Jakey here in fourth place. He's got just a small gap on Roses now, 1.2 seconds, who's sitting there currently in fifth place, just out of the slipstream here as he heads up into the Camel Straight, and that's unfortunate there for Roses. We got little Nicky here in sixth position. He's got 3.6 seconds to fifth place Roses right now, and about 2.8 seconds to Ishmael in behind, who's now come out of pit lane, so he's made that final stop of the race. Piggums in behind here in 8th place, got 3.6 seconds on that driver up ahead there, and that driver's up on some cold racing tires, so it could be potential position gain there for Piggums maybe. We got J-Set here in 9th place, and only about 13 seconds off Ishmael there, who's on a different tire compound. We got Noir here in 10th place. We have Renegade here in 11th position, and I believe this is the first race of the season for him, but I could be wrong. I have missed a couple of weeks, so Cupcake here in 12th place, and Hooligan rock and rolling at 13. So we started with 13, it looks like we're going to finish with 13, and that is awesome. We love to see it. So that alone, a round of applause for our drivers on the racetrack here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because they put a lot of work in, and we love to see them be able to get the whole race distance in. So We are, of course, victim and mercy to servers and internet connections at the end of the day. Sometimes things happen and we just don't get to finish our races and it's beyond our control. But when you finish with the same numbers you started with, it's always a great feeling. So King Ears, 30 seconds now on LJ here in second place. We got V-Rod here trying to stay ahead of Jakey. That clock probably can't run down fast enough for him right now, as Jakey has the gap down to a second. So Jakey's slowly but surely reeling V-Rod in here. And the pressure is going to start to mount here, potentially by the end of lap 22 here. Roses is 2.1 seconds in behind, so just ever so slightly losing pace on Jakey right now, up ahead of him. Little Nicky here in 6th place. He's got 3.7 seconds. Not really losing, not really gaining. He's just maintaining right now. We got Ishmael Pigums here in 7th and 8th place. Nose to tail, and that gap has closed up significantly very, very quickly here. And let's see what happens coming out of La Source here. It's going to come down to who gets a good run up into the Camel Straight here. And again, the trick to slingshot passing up the Camel Straight on Spa is the distance you maintain from your car to the car ahead of you up this section on Rouge and La Radion. You want about 4 to 5 tenths of a second gap by the time you get to the top of the hill. That's going to allow the slipstream to just yank you up in behind the driver, and usually by Lacombs gives you a slipstream engaged inside passing opportunity. But Pigham's looks like he's just chilling right now, being patient. I'm waiting for an opportunity to get around Ishmael here. I'm not sure. Maybe if Pigham's is unaware of the tire compound difference, but Ishmael's not going to make it easy. He immediately goes defensive into Brussels, and with the tire difference, I think Pigham's can eventually get him on the outside. He tried there, but Ishmael, he holds him off, and Pigham's again to the outside. He's going to look for a cutback here, I think. Oh, and he just couldn't quite get it just right. He went to get down on the power and just clipped the back end of Ishmael there on the cutback attempt, so that stemmed a little bit of momentum. And now Ishmael is just absolutely making Pigham's work for it. You want this move, you are definitely going to be taking a long way around, and he has set Pigham's up on the long side of the corner for the last 4 or 5 corners here. Pigham's is hanging in strong though on the soft tires. Great respect by these two. A little bit of tires rubbing together, but tight door-to-door racing around the sector 2 and 3 of Spa here basically, and Pigham's is just going to edge out here and move up ahead, moving into the Paul Frere curve. So that was a great little battle between Pigham's and Ishmael there. So there we go. Okay, race leader is in pit lane. LJ has come around. Now the race leader literally just went up on the jacks as LJ was coming around turn number 20 to start lap number 23 here, and we don't see King Ears coming out right ahead this time. LJ, again, if the undercut is just going to get the job done, he's going to find himself just ahead of King Ears here, and King Ears this time has his work cut out for him. The tire compound difference between the two cars. Those two mistakes that he made throughout this race here potentially very well could have cost him with a race win here today. We got V-Rod here in 3rd place and doing a great job. Jakey's still just 1 second in behind. V-Rod is just doing enough to keep that gap just out of slipstream range here right now. And he's got a tough opponent chasing in 4th place and behind. I believe it's our current championship points leader here as well for Division 1 as well, that's chasing him down here right now. So Jakey definitely trying to apply the pressure, but V-Rod cool, calm, collected, up to the challenge it looks like here so far. Roses in 5th place, nothing doing there. Little Nicky closing in on Roses a little bit here, so that's going to be interesting to see. We got Pigham's in 7th place, got Ishmael up into 8th place here. We got Jay in 9th. And he's got 7.8 seconds to Ishmael. We got Renegade here holding out strong in 10th. We got Cupcake here in 11th position. We got Noir in 12th place in behind here. And Hooli here in 13th position. So it is LJ now with the race lead and the advantage on the tires at the moment. So see if he can bring it home here first across the checkered flag at this point. He's got 6 minutes remaining. He's got plenty of tire left underneath of him. He's just got to keep it mean and clean at this point. We got King Ears here in 2nd place, and I mean still right now looking like a very solid 2nd place finish, potentially 3rd as V-Rod and Jakey are both closing in here. So 5 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, and Two drivers kind of barreling down on him here a little bit here, so things could get interesting. We got Bite the Roses here in 5th place. We got Little Nicky in 6th still. Pickham's in 7th. Ishmael in 8th. We got Jay in 9th. Got Renegade in 10th. Cupcake in 11th position. Noir in 12th. And Julian 13th. So we like to keep an eye on things because as we've noticed today is as drivers make their little mistakes around the racetrack, we've seen positions change very quickly. So we're just trying to keep our eyes on the whole field here as this race is nearing an end, just to make sure we haven't missed anything dramatic or any position changes in the backside of the field here. King Ears 5 seconds in behind LJ, so LJ's just opening the gap up here. V-Rod has 2.6 seconds to King Ears. And Jakey still chasing V-Rod down, but he got a run this time, and he's in the slipstream here as we head into Lacombe. So Jakey has started to close up on V-Rod here, but now things are going to get interesting because both these drivers are about 2 seconds away from King Ears up ahead here as they head down towards Brussels as well. So is the battle for 3rd place overall worth it, or is it worth being patient for another lap here and seeing if these two guys can reel in that 2nd place driver and both gain another podium position? That's kind of the decision these two drivers are stuck with here at the moment. Roses is in 5th place, 5 seconds in behind. We got Little Nicky just 2.2 seconds in behind him, so things can definitely still change here up in the front 6 very, very easily here. And not a whole lot happening here in the backside of the field at the moment. So 6 seconds is that gap from 1st to 2nd place. Our camera crew is just waiting for King Ears apparently to come around. Poohon there as they enter into campus. Ooh, big slide. Oh no, you hate to see that right there. And just got that car. That car just broke free there. He's going to lose 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place there. And looks like Little Nicky's going to grab a position there too as well. He's definitely got some damage on that race car, and that is hate to see it, chat. You hate to see it. I hate to see it. Sorry, my guy. You were looking so good out there today, but that's racing. That's racing. Sometimes we just don't have our best days, and just little mistakes at the end of the day. Sometimes that's what costs us our results in racing, and it's unfortunate for King Ears. But you know what? He is a class driver. He will shake this off, and he'll be ready to go in round 7 next weekend again. So that's just the way it goes sometimes in racing. Got Ishmael here in 8th place. We got Jay in 9th. We got Renegade. Nothing really changing there. So LJ with a little bit more of a comfortable cushion here. Now he's got 7.3 seconds now on 2nd and 3rd place, and he's got 2 laps remaining as these guys come across the start-finish line heading up our Rouge. Jakey only 0.3 of a second in behind V-Rod. V-Rod is more than aware that he's there. You can see him trying to break the slipstream here, heading up into Lacombe off the Camel Straight. He feels like Jakey's not close enough to make a move here, so he does just settle back into the racing line, and Jakey was definitely not close enough to make a move there. It was borderline close enough. If the door was left open, there might have been an angle to put a car in, but Jakey's a smart racer. He's not going to do anything to compromise his car this late in the race. You can see him kind of throw down the anchor a little bit there as he came in a little too hot in behind V-Rod here, and this is a battle for 2nd overall now, so no matter what, these two have got the podiums right now, but Jakey is our points leader, and he's definitely going to be looking for the ultimately best finish he can get here. Obviously pad on that lead, and just a little bit of a touch on that artificial curbing, and V-Rod just gets enough traction brake there to go sideways. He does a great job recovering the car, but that does allow Jakey to get the spot on him there, and just good hard battling there, and a little mistake made by V-Rod, and that's going to put him down into 3rd place here. But again, a great save right there. Rose is closing in quickly here, knocked off 2 seconds during that battle, but has a half-second track limit penalty, which he's going to serve here as he comes around into Poohon here right now, and that might actually cost him potentially to Little Nicky. I don't think it's going to cost him 2 seconds, so that penalty will cost him about a second here as he serves that penalty, but that's definitely going to allow Little Nicky to potentially close up for a final lap battle. King Ears holding strong at 6th place, Pigham's in 7th, Ishmael in 8th. We got Jay Set here in 9th. We got Renegade rounding out our top 10 here. We've got Cupcake in 11th place. We got Noir here in 12th position, and Hooligan here in 13th place. So everybody's still on the lead lap as well, which is absolutely beautiful. We love to see it, so good job to the racers again. Alright, LJ, 9 seconds to the good, 30 seconds on the clock. Coming up Au Rouge, Loradion, and the Camel Straight one last time here. And, well, checkered flag first is his to grab or his to lose at this point. We got Jakey in second place. We got V-Rod here in third place. And very quickly, 2.5 seconds down on Jakey there. So right now his job is to hold off Roses, who is trying to hold off Little Nicky, who is much closer to Roses than Roses is to V-Rod up in third place. So Roses is definitely aware of that situation. We got King Years there in sixth place. We got Pigums in seventh position. We got Ishmael here holding strong in eighth. Jay's here in ninth place. We got Renegade here in 10th. Some of these guys are going to finish the races across start-finish lines here now as that timer has ran out. So let's get through the front field here real quick and see who those drivers are. Alright, so it's going to be Renegade finishing here in 10th place. It's going to be Cupcake taking an 11th place finish here. It's going to be Noir finishing in 12th position here in the race today in Division 1. And it's going to be Hooligan to finish up here in 13th position here in Division 1 round 6. So back to our final lap of racers here up front, and a little wibble wobble right there from LJ, but no harm, no foul. And it's just about making sure you get the car home safe at the position he's in right now. You got a comfortable gap. You don't need to push it. You don't need to force anything at this point. You just need to make sure the car makes every corner properly. And it looks like he's done just enough here. One more corner to go before we say that officially. And it is going to be LJ with a round 6 victory here from Race Asylum North America. Jakey is going to bring it home here in second place today to continue his charge for his championship. V-Rod's going to bring it home here in third place. A very great race from him. Roses is going to bring it home in fourth place, and Little Nicky in fifth. He's flashing headlights. Must be pleased about that. He had a great race there today. King Ears had a little bit of a tough day today, but still a strong sixth place finish. Still keeps him in the conversation. We got Pigums here in 7th. He's going to bring it home here in 7th and finish his race. Ishmael here started in 9th, going to finish in 8th. Tire strategy just didn't quite work out for him here today, and it's going to be an 8th place finish, but a great race nonetheless. And J-Set's going to be the last driver to take the checker flag here today in 9th position here on the racing track. So the final driver on lap 26 here, and he's going to bring it home here for a 9th place finish. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our round 6 Division 1 race for everybody. So don't run away. We're not done here yet. We are going to take about a 5-minute break. We're going to set up race number 2, and we're going to do the Division 2 race here in about 8 minutes time or so if everything goes well. So victory to Jay Stewart, aka Algerius. Congratulations to him. Great race from him, and like I said, really starting to look like he's coming back into form. He's been away from sim racing for a while, and very quickly getting back into shape here. But it is going to be V-Rod with fastest lap on track with a 2:16.007 here today. That is a pretty good juicy lap here, so he's going to steal that point away. So it's LJ in first, Jakey in second, V-Rod in third. It's going to be Roses in fourth place, Little Nicky in fifth, King Ears in sixth, Pigums in seventh, Ishmael in eighth place. It's going to be J-Set in ninth, Renegade in 10th, Cupcake in 11th, Noir in 12th place, and Hooligan rounding out the field here today in round 6. So with that being said, these are unofficial results, of course, until stewarding, incident reporting, and all that stuff happens. So the drivers have 24 hours now to file any incident reports if they feel is necessary. From there, the stewarding of staff will assess the incidents, make a decision, and then the standings are made official 2 or 3 days later once the process is all said and done. So it was a pretty neat and tidy race for the most part here today, in my opinion. So I don't really think there's going to be a whole lot of incident reporting, in my opinion, but we didn't see everything that happened. But great job here by Division 1, and Division 2 will be here shortly. John.
You're funny, John. Virtue signs. That's funny.
All right, we're just gonna flip you over to the be right back screen chat. So don't run away. We'll be back in just a couple minutes time. We're gonna get the next race set up for everybody. Alright. We are back. Welcome, 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 welcome back.
We're just going to get the race set up. It took forever for that replay to download. Alright, so we're not going to get PSN IDs here. We're going to get nicknames here, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I may not know who everybody is because of it.
Now I get to watch myself throw away a good quality and then throw away a good recovery. Perfect. Spoiler alert. Alright, we ready, chat? Let's get this underway. First off, let's take a look at our grid. So we don't have qualifying, obviously, because qualifying has to be saved in order to see it. So we got Ray Racer sitting on pole position. We got Salem in second place. We got Lucky Alpha sitting in third position. We got Bar 27 in fourth. We got On the Way in fifth. We got Rusty Floyd in sixth. We got Ken in seventh. We got we're gonna call him Rusty in 8th place. We got Johnny in 9th. We got Maddie in 10th. We got Tubes in 11th. We got, I'm not sure who that is. We're gonna call him Dunk Ematus. Oh, nicknames, gotta love them. All right, let's get this thing off. This is Div 2 Race Asylum North America, round 6 at Spa, ladies and gentlemen. Kick them tires. Light them fires. We're going racing, and a huge wheel spin there from our pole sitter as he starts this race off. And that may cost him an early pole position as Lucky Alpha goes up the inside. Oh, we got a spin from, it looks like Salem there, and we got another spinner in the background there as well. So a rough start here for a couple of our racers. Well, hey, that's Division 2 racing for you at its finest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to it. So, Lucky Alpha gets the early move there with the bad start from Ray Racer, and he's got the lead heading up to Kemmel Straight here on lap 1. Ray Racer is tucked right in that slipstream, however, and waiting to pounce here as we head into Lacombe. Is he going to make the move there? No, I thought he was going to take a look, but Lucky Alpha holds down the corner. Oh, and he gets a little bit of unstable car there, and it actually kind of looks like that the track might be a little bit moist there as well, and not sure what we got going on here. A position wait, maybe? I think maybe Ray Racer was waiting to give position back. I think he think that maybe that was potentially his fault. I'm not sure what was up there, but that's what it looks like to me. So it's a scary guy for you now in the lead of this race with On the Way in second place. We got Tubes here in third. We got Rusty Floyd in fourth. We got Johnny in fifth place. So the bottom half basically moved up to the top half of the field. So that was a little bit of a crazy set of events here early on in the race. We got Skunk in seventh. We got Lucky Alpha down to 8th. We got Matus here in 9th. We got Salem in 10th. We got Rusty here in 11th. We got Bar 27 in 12th. And we got Ray Racer here in 13th. So our top 6 now down in the bottom 6 spots here. So a little bit of an interesting race start. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 1 hour of Division 2 racing at its finest. Good job, Cupcake. Good job, brother. Alright, so it's scary guy for you. Metallica livery has already got an extra point in my books right there. That is fantastic. Currently in the lead of this race, we have Noob Tubum, or Tubes as I know him, sitting in second place. We have On the Way here in third position. I'm not 100% sure who this driver is PSN-wise. We have Johnny here in fourth place, and Floyd there in fifth place, and a little bit of overspeed there almost drew him into following the line of Johnny C. And there is a livery on Johnny's car, I can assure you. It's just not showing up in the game, and that's just a weird glitch. And 2 slides there from Johnny and Rusty, and both drivers losing a couple positions there. Skunk in 5th place. It looked like we had Salem go off in the background here as well. We got Matus here in 8th. We got Rusty in 9th place. We got Ray Racer in 10th. We got Lucky in 11th. We got On the Way in 12th. It was On the Way we see go deep into turn number 20 there, and Bar here in 13th position. He's got some damage on the race car, so not ideal there to start his race off, but his Ken on lap 2 here, and he's got a healthy little gap right now as he comes up to Kemmel Straight from Tubes in second place. We're going to call that probably a solid 1.5 to 2 second gap very, very early on my keyboard. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, it does not work on replays. So we're going to have to just pull out the controller. Just bear with. Move my mic a little bit so I can get cozy. And let's get down to some Div 2 racing. Alright, controller action at its finest here. So it is Maddie in second place. So we do apologize, we don't have the live replay feature here on replays, unfortunately, but we still have the race as it happened. Literally, it finished 2 minutes after Division 1, so this is fresh off the presses, chat. Maddie here now up into second place. We've got Skunk here in third place, the Incredibles livery. Gotta love that too. Little shout out there. We got Johnny C there in fourth place, and Johnny C has a nice livery, I assure you. We just can't see it today, unfortunately. Salem here in fifth place. So starting to move back up the grid here now is Salem. We got Tubes down into sixth place. We got Rusty here in eighth place, and Alpha making a move up the inside here into Puon. That's going to put him on the outside coming into campus. We're still side by side, and he's going to get the job done just entering the Macomb sector here. Rusty's going to sit and settle in eighth place and behind there, and Lucky Alpha making the inside move up into Puon. We see that in Division 1 there too as well from Little Nicky from Racing Asylum. There was a great move. Got Ray Racer here in ninth place, started in pole position, not going ideally here currently right now for him on the racetrack. We got Matus here in 10th. We've got Floyd in 11th position. We've got Onzaway here in 12th. We got Bar 27 in 13th position, and about 8 to 10 seconds in behind. So really unfortunate there, seeing some damage on that car. And it's going to tough it out probably until pit stop if I had to guess. So that's racing at its finest. It was a little bit of a messy race start here in Division 2. Ooh, a little bit of a mistake there by Salem under throttle there. It almost cost him a spin, but it's going to be a scary guy for you right now in the race lead again. Still managing a nice 1.5, 2 second gap, I would like to say, over Maddie C here from TRL. We have Skunk here in third place. I'm assuming that's, I don't know, independent driver maybe? Not sure. We got Salem here in fourth place. We got Johnny C in fifth place. We got Tubes here, I believe from ESR as well, in the sixth position. We got Lucky here in seventh place for 10 tenths. We got Rusty here in eighth place, and I'm not sure what team, I can't remember what team he's a part of. Matus here in ninth place. We got Floyd here, part of the Race Asylum group here as well. I believe he's an RAA, if I'm not mistaken. We got Bar 27 here now in 11th. Ray Racer making his first pit stop, moving down to 12th place, and Onzaway also making a pit stop down into 13th position. So 2 drivers clearing their first set of pit stops here, and not surprised to see a couple drivers jumping in early, especially the way the race started for some. The incredible sim racing, that's what it is. Thanks, Cody. Appreciate you, my guy. The man is always in the loop. That's what we love. Maddie here in the second place, and very, very good, efficient racer here. I think this is Tampa Bay Lightning sticker on the rear window. That's a minus point for him, but just saying, you know, just saying. Incredibles racing here, which makes sense for the livery. I love the liveries, actually. Here by Skunk, we got Salem here in fourth place. And the race starting to settle down a little bit here, guys, getting into the rhythm now. We got Tubes here in fifth place, a little up, little down, little up, little down here for this driver, but rocking and rolling. I mean, he's rocking number 45, so that's a bonus point right there, in my opinion, too. Just saying. You know, just saying. Rusty and Skunk are part of the Incredible Sim Racing team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I just don't know their PSNs based off their nicknames yet, because I don't know them well enough yet, that's all. Johnny and Lucky side by side, again battling it out here, and boy, these two are having a great fight here on the racetrack right now, and as we head towards Blow Shaman, they're still side by side. Johnny has the inside track, but Lucky cleared him, and Johnny has the inside track again. Nope, he just takes a look, but Lucky just had the space there to cut off the run there on the inside, and as we head into the chicane, Lucky thought about going defensive there, but he decides, I'm just going to stick to the racing line here, try and get a good exit. Hopefully that's enough to hold Johnny off, and for the time being, as we start lap 4, that definitely seems to be the case, but very close pace, those two drivers currently. We got Rusty here in 8th place, we got Floyd here in 9th place with that chrome livery, Matus here in 10th place, we got Bar 27 here in 11th position. We've got Ray Racer here in 11th, we've got Onzaway in 12th, and oh, I think we just lost a driver. I think we just lost one. I think we had a mechanical failure and we got a car behind pit wall there. I'll see if I can figure out who it is here. Right now, let's get back with our leader here, Ken, scary guy from you. And looking pretty good here so far. Let's say he's got about a 3-second gap now over Maddie here in second place as we head out of Lacombs down into Brussels. Skunk here in third place, but Tubes is really starting to close in here. So Tubes definitely was in slipstream range here right now in fourth place and behind a third place driver, and it looks like he closed up a little bit coming in to Brussels there as well. So Tubes on a mission here right now, and that mission is third place in front of him with a Skunk behind the wheel. So as we head towards Buon here, this is a great opportunity now for Tubes to set up for the end of the lap here to try and make the pass up towards the chicane. He got Buon a little bit wrong there, but he manages to hold tight, and that was a little bit of a wild ride right there for Tubes, but he manages to still manage that gap in behind Skunk, and this is a great little fight here right now for third and fourth place. And Tubes gets a run there. He's going to take a look on the outside, but you can see Skunk's not panicking there. He's just holding his line, and you know, if Tubes can find a way around, good on him. Ooh, a little bit wide there with Skunk. I think that was just giving respect to Tubes there on the inside, and of course a penalty there for Skunk. So I think that he was aware of that coming into the sector 2 here, but he's going to give that position up, and he's going to lose another one here by the looks of it to Lucky as he serves that penalty here as well at that penalty serving zone. So Lucky now up the inside here as they head towards below Shimon. Lucky's going to grab a position there, so 2 spots lost in just 1.5 corners here for Skunk, and unfortunate with that half-second track limit penalty there. We got Johnny currently sitting in 6th place. And closing in on those 2 guys up in front of him a little bit here. Again, we got Rusty at 7th place. He's right there in the slipstream of Johnny C here as well. So, ooh, nice tight corner right there by Matty, and he's going to get the job done. But Matty does, sorry, not Matty, by Rusty. As Matty heads into pit lane, he's going to grab 5th place from him. Floyd's going to grab 6th place from him there as well. Looks like Matty and Johnny C both going into pit lane here, and ooh, a little bit of a rough ride there for Batus, but great job to recognize he was in a dangerous situation right there, and just coasted through that situation so he can get back on the power. So that was some great awareness on track right there by that driver. Matty and Johnny is going to come out here, it looks like just ahead of Bar. Yes, Matty comes out ahead of Bar. Looks like Matus is just coming out ahead here. Bar does manage to squeeze ahead of Johnny C, so Bar moves up into 9th place with that pit stop from those drivers. We have Ray Racer here in 11th place, and a little bit of a dicey exit there out of the source, but he got that car underneath him, and he keeps on in the forward direction on the way here in 12th place, and we definitely lost one here in the race today, which is unfortunate. So 1 car with mechanical failure behind pit wall here very early on, but 12 still on the grid here. I believe. I could be, I'm almost certain. We have Ken here, scary guy for you, is his PSN here, currently sitting in the 1st place, and really starting to kind of float that gap open a little bit over 2nd place driver Tubes right now. So the gap is probably 4 to 5 seconds right now, I think, between the 2 drivers. Again, we don't have our live timing because it's a replay, so we're doing a lot of speculating in this situation, but unfortunately I can't be in 2 places at once, so this is just how we have to do it. We got Lucky Alpha here up into 3rd place. We got Skunk here in 4th place. And the gap is about 2 seconds behind Lucky there. Rusty here in 5th place, and he's got Floyd still right there in the slipstream, maybe about 3/4 of a second behind right now, just chilling at the moment here. We got Matty in 7th position. We got Bar 27 in 8th place. We got Matus there in 9th, and Bar has fixed that damage. Matus here in 9th place. We got Johnny C in 10th. We got Ray Racer in 11th. We got On the Way here in 12th place. So some drivers have made a pit stop. Some drivers haven't made any pit stops yet, and that is much of what we saw in Division 1. We've seen a very varied pit strategy from the drivers, and we're going to see much of the same thing here in Division 2. And again, you know, lots of team drivers from Division 1 and Division 2 here as well, so it could be very well on similar strategies as some of their teammates as well. It's hard to say. But definitely varying strategies on the racetrack here. Scary guy for you in 1st place. Currently looking really strong here. Tubes has been flying though so far today. He made a couple of mistakes falling back in the pack, but he's very quickly raced his way back up towards the front end of the pack here. So trying to close down our leader here, and I would say he's doing a good job here. He does have fastest lap on the track currently. Until Ray Racer took it from him there, but he was purple as he came up to Kemmel Straight there. So leading into Brussels, he was currently on a purple lap, which is the fastest lap of the race up to date. Lucky Alpha here looks like he's kind of closing in a little bit though as well here in third place. So the top three drivers definitely in battling distance from each other right now. We got Skunk here in fourth place. He's just a little bit off, 2.5 seconds, and again sitting there with another half-second track limit penalty. So track limit penalty is not Skunk's friend here today right now at Spa, but lots of racing left. Teammate Rusty in behind here in fifth place, and he's bringing Floyd along with him here as well. Again, still about 3/4 of a second, 8/10 of a second in behind there, just on the tail end of that slipstream. Matty here in seventh place, and there's a large gap here between him and the top 6 drivers. And of course, pit stop has made that gap what it is right now. So when those drivers up front make their first pit stop, we will see that distance shorten up quite a bit. We got Bar 27 here in 8th place. We got Ray Racer in 9th. We got Johnny C here in 10th. We got Onzaway in 11th. We got Matus here in 12th place. So it is... yeah, we did lose one. It was... can't remember. Started with an S. We definitely lost a driver. So Tubes now in the lead of the race here. I'm not sure what happened there either. He just got a nice pass around. Scary Guy for you, or Scary Guy made a small mistake that allowed Tubes to get around more easily. We're not sure what the situation is, but nonetheless, a new race leader here with Tubes as we start lap number 7 now. And it's going to be Ken here now sitting in second place, and Lucky Alpha chasing in third place. So I mean, maybe 3 seconds separating first to third place right now. Very, very close battle up there. We got Skunk here sitting in fourth place as he comes into La Source, and he's got teammate Rusty right in behind there, roughly about 8/10 of a second. Floyd losing just a little bit of pace off Rusty there up ahead of him, and now is about 1.5 seconds, maybe 1.7 seconds in behind, and it does kind of look like he may have clipped the inside wall into turn 1 there, coming around the corner as well, potentially. It was very close. We see Matty here in 7th place, Bar 27 here up into 8th place. He's got Ray Racer right there in behind as we come around the source here on lap 7 for those guys. Johnny C here's coming around. It's going to be P10 for him. On his way is coming into pit lane for a pit stop. And we got Matus coming around here in 12th place. I should close up that gap between 12th and 11th place. And we got one racer down and out in 13th position behind pit wall here. Alright, so it is Tubes here in the early race lead. Ken had it for the first 6 laps, gave it up near the end of lap 6 there, and Tubes has taken it from there. Lucky Alpha led on the lap 1 after a great race start there, and not a good race start by our pole sitter. Got a great move on the source, so we've had 3 different leaders so far here tonight in the race. It's very, very early on in this race yet. We're only 16 minutes in. So, Scary Guy for you here. He's not, Tubes is definitely not running away from him, so that tells me the pace between the 2 drivers is relatively close. So it's going to be coming down to consistency in that race strategy for those 2. Lucky Alpha falling just a little bit off the pace of first and second place here a little bit. He's about 3 seconds in behind him, and Skunk about maintaining the same gap behind him here in 4th place right now. We got Floyd has closed up a little bit on Skunk and has managed to get away around Rusty, and I'm assuming it was probably when he had to serve that penalty last time around. Matty here in the 7th position right now, and a clean air. I mean, the advantage for him here right now is after making that early pit stop is he has a whole lot of clean air and open track in front of him right now. The gap's probably about 12 to 15 seconds to the front 6 right now, so he can really put down quality laps and potentially make that time up here as these guys start their pit stop sequence. And as we talk about that, we have Tubes coming into pit lane here right now, and he's going to make his first pit stop of the race. So it's going to put Ken back in the race lead, and for the 4th time here already in Division 2, we've had a lead change in this race. We've got Lucky Alpha now up into 2nd place chasing. Ray Racer still the fastest man on the track with a 2:18.9. We got Skunk in 3rd place. We got Floyd we've been closing in here in 5th place, but he's also got Rusty closing back in on him in 5th position here as well. So this is very quickly becoming a 3-way battle, and Heathen is right in the middle of that incredible sandwich at the moment. We got Matty here in 6th place. Tubes is just coming out of pit lane here, so we went from 1st down to potentially 9th here as we head down to Rouge already on. We've got 2 drivers at speed coming up behind him here. Ray Racer's going to take a look up the inside. We're going to go 2 by 2 up Rouge already on, and that's not easy to do. And that's going to be a penalty there for Tubes trying to hold that line through there on Ray, and Ultimately, that's going to cost him much more than just a couple of early on positions on cold racing tires. Now it's going to cost him an additional second at the penalty serving line as well. So Ray goes defensive there, and Ray Racer feels very, very defensive, which is actually going to give Tubes a pretty decent line on the outside to try and make the move. But cautious. Drivers being very cautious right now, battling. They're trying not to make contact with each other. You can see it. They're trying to give each other tons of respect, but they're making those little mistakes while they're battling. And Tubes very quickly loses 2 positions right there to Ray Racer and Bar 27 here and settles in 9th place. That half-second penalty is going to put him at risk to Johnny C just in behind him here as well. So Matus in 11th position and on the way here in 12th place. And so far, the racing has been pretty darn juicy here in Division 2. So this is our first Division 2 race we've had here out of this series on the stream as well. So there we go. Essentially, this is kind of Division 2's premiere this season. So it is Scary Guy for you here in the race lead, and so far looking really solid early on in this race as we comes around the chicane to start lap 9. He's got Lucky Alpha chasing there in a second position as well. Skunk is battling with Floyd right now for 3rd and 4th place, and boy am I glad we checked when we checked. A little bit of contact between the two incredible teammates there as Skunk had a little bit of a compromised corner there battling with Floyd, and Skunk is going to get the position, so the teammate actually gave the position up there I think a little bit, and just a little bit of teamwork right there between the two to sort that out. And they're going to continue on with the race here. So Maddie in 6th place. We got Ray Racer in 7th. Now remember, this was our pole sitter after qualifying here. So getting towards the midpoint of the race, he's starting to move his way back up the grid. We got Bar 27 here in 8th position. Tubes is in 9th. And after serving the penalty and the eventful pit stop there, he's back on and into his strategy here. Got Johnny in 10th position. We got Matus here in 11th place, and we got On the Way here in 12th. So as we come around Brussels here on lap number 9, it's Ken in the lead of the race still. He's got Lucky Alpha starting to close in a little bit there in 2nd place in behind here as well. So again, the top 3 there were very, very equally paced, it seemed like. One of them had made an early pit stop though, so we'll have to wait and see how the pace sorts out for him here at the end of the race. We got Floyd now up into 3rd position here as we're coming up into Huon here and heading in towards campus. You can see the Incredibles race car of Rusty and Skunk just in behind here as well in 4th and 5th place. So good pace here for these two drivers so far on track. We got Maddie here in 6th place as well. We got Ray here in 8th place and giving up a position to Bar 27. Looks like made a little mistake there. Coming around the corner, probably got the car a little bit out of sorts and had to collect himself up. So he manages to hold 8th place here, but Tubes is kind of right there now as we head into campus. He's, 3/10, 4/10 of a second right there, and then another mistake made by Ray, going really wide into the corner. Now that allowed Tubes to get up in beside him here, and that's going to give Tubes the inside position here into the stave lot, but he doesn't take the opportunity. He's just going to settle in, heading towards the Paul Frere curve. Now you can see Johnny C is close right up, but this has become a 3-way battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th place here on lap 9 of Division 2 race. And right now, Ray Racer's doing a good job at holding him off, but definitely you can tell he's feeling the pressure, just making little tiny mistakes right now on the racetrack, and so far they haven't cost him. But boy, this is a great battle right now, 3-way battle between these 3 drivers at the moment. And a great run. A little bit of contact there between the 2, and Johnny's going to get the job done on Tubes there. As Tubes got a little bit out in that green and just broke the rear end a little bit free there, and it bounced himself right off of Johnny C there. But Johnny C kept the car underneath of him there and still managed to get the position. So Johnny C moves up into 8th place. Tubes there having a rough mid stint here. Skunk in pit lane here in 10th place now. On the way in 11th position, of Matus here in 12th place, and we do have a driver I believe it was Shanty or something like that, retired early on with mechanical failure in a racing car here today. So it is Ken still in the race lead, and I guess the bigger question is when are our race leaders going to decide to pit here. Now we have top 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers haven't yet to make their first pit stop of the race. We got Rusty closing in on Floyd a little bit here now in 4th place. Maddie's in 5th place, and what is that gap? It's about, I want to say 10-12 seconds. Bar 27 here in 6th place. He's on a recovery drive here so far, and he's been doing a pretty good job. He's got a gap about somewhere between 5 to 8 seconds right now on Maddie up in front, but he's also starting to open up a little bit of a gap on Ray Racer here as well. And that's good. As you can see, it's about maybe 2.5 seconds here for the time being. Johnny C is just in behind here in 8th place, and Tubes is still right there. He hasn't really let Johnny go anywhere. He's still got him in slipstream range here, so just got to kind of get settled in behind the wheel, get yourself cool, calm, and collected again, and get right back on your pace. And it's hard to do sometimes when you make those little mistakes. Sometimes you get to your own head, but to each driver has their own process, and we'll see how each of them handle the adversity here on the racetrack tonight. We've got Matus here in 12th place. He's coming up through already on into the chemistry here right now, and just a beautiful, simple, shiny green car. Gotta love it. Alright, so there we go, our race leaders pit. Ken has pit, we have Lucky Alpha pitting, we have Floyd pitting. That's going to leave Rusty going around for another go around here, so he is now going to take the race lead. So our 5th race lead change and our 4th race leader here tonight now belongs to Rusty here from the Incredibles for sim racing team. We got Maddie. Maddie's going to continue on. He's going to move up into 2nd place. Where's Barr here as he comes around turn number 20 to start lap number 11? Is he going to jump ahead of any of these guys up front here as well? Again, he's on a recovery drive, so he's on a little bit of a slightly different strategy than maybe anticipated coming into the race here, but doing a pretty good job with it here so far. And Ken's going to come out ahead of him here, and Barr's going to settle into 4th place. Lucky's going to come out, looks like he's going to drop down to about 6th place after that pit stop there, and he settles in just in front of Ray Racer, just in behind Johnny C here. So got to get those tires up to temp and get to racing. That's just how it goes. We got Floyd here in 9th place. We got Skunk in 10th. We got On's Way here in 11th, and Matus with the Michelin Man on the front here in 12th place. So 1 car down here in the field in Division 2 in round 6, and 12 cars remaining here still on track competing for those top 3 spots in the race here today. I can't even start to speculate where the drivers in Div 2 stand in the standings. I haven't seen the standings. We'll try and get a little more informed for next week so we can give you guys a little bit of better information viewing at home. But clearly, the drivers have some pace here in this lobby as well. Fastest lap currently at 2:18. We've seen the fastest lap in Division 1 at 2:17 flat, so 2:16 flat, pardon me. So not that far off right now currently. Ken here in 3rd place after his pit stop. We got Barr in 4th place. We got Ray Racer in 5th. We got Johnny C in 6th place. We got Lucky Alpha here in 7th position. He's got Tubes all over him here as we're coming through Guan. And we're going to see him move heading into campus here. Not sure. I think there might have been a little bit of a touch there. I think Alpha may not have realized that Tubes was inside of him there. I'm not sure, but nice save. Managed to sort himself out. Going to scrabble the tire off at that slide, but still, again, moving in a forward direction. So we've seen some great saves here in round 6 this week in a racing from Racing Asylum North America, haven't we, ladies and gentlemen? Some absolutely great driving here by our drivers so far. So Rusty now in pit lane. Is that going to give Maddie the race lead here now as he comes around? Yes, it is. So he's now going to be our 6th lead change of the race, and he's going to be our 5th different race leader here in Division 2 tonight. So Maddie now leading the charge here for TLR with 27 minutes gone in the race. Rusty in pit lane. Ken's going to grab P2 from him. Ray Racer's going to grab P3 from him. Bar 27 jumps into pit lane. We got Johnny here up into 4th. That put Tubes into 5th. That puts Alpha up into 6th place. Rusty still in pit lane there. Bar 27 is just coming into his pit box. So let's stick with Skunk and Floyd here and see where that places these 2 drivers. With these drivers in pit lane, Skunk's going to come out ahead. Rusty's also going to come out ahead. Ooh. That was a big slide right there by Floyd. Managed to gather that car up, but he's going to lose a whole lot of time on skunk right there. And what was brewing up to be closing in, he's now got to work on closing the gap back up. So Barr's still in pit lane, on his way there in 10th place. Barr's just being released here, so he's going to drop down to, looks like P10 here as he comes out of pit lane. Matus in 12th place, so it is our current race leader here, Maddie, right now from TLR, and looking good, looking good. I believe his PSN is Pooptown MC, if I'm not mistaken. Can't quite remember. And as we head into Lacombe, not Lacombe campus, pardon me. No, it was Lacombe. We're just heading into Brussels right now. So on lap 12, he's doing good. Keeping a nice comfortable gap right now. It's about 6-7 seconds. He's got Ray Racer and Ken in second and third place battling for that position here right now. Ray Racer has that inside position, and Scary Guy makes a little bit of contact with him turning in there and just eases up, gives that position, and settles in behind it and his race on. So Ray Racer is going to move up into P2. Ken's going to move up and down into P3. Johnny C chasing here, but unfortunately for Johnny C, he's got that half-second track limit penalty, and that's going to cost him about a second on second and third place up in front of him, and a second on Tubes in behind him chasing, who doesn't have a penalty. So that's unfortunate, but still in fourth position. We got Alpha here in sixth place. We've got Rusty here in seventh. We've got Skunk in eighth. We've got Floyd in ninth place, and he's going to serve a half-second track limit penalty here as well. Bar 27 here in 10th position. We got Onzaway in 11th. Batus rounding out our field, and a track limit penalty there for pit lane infraction for him. 3-second penalty. I hate to see that penalty, but he's going to serve that penalty. It's going to feel like an eternity entering the Paul for a curve there for 3 seconds, unfortunately. So penalties are served in-game. We use the in-game penalty system, and what the game uses is what we call an electronic enforcement penalty serving zone. And what that zone is on each racetrack, there's a wire essentially that runs underneath the racetrack that connects to the transponder units of these racing cars. Now the live timing, the positioning of the race cars, how many laps, etc., all of that information is tracked through a little box that straps in underneath usually the rear center of the race car, and that's called a transponder unit. And that's what, when they cross the start-finish line, it reads that transponder unit's frequency, and that's how the computers up in the control tower know which driver's in which position as they cross the live timing sectors of the racetrack. So it's the same theory. So it's a wire that would be buried underneath the racetrack, and when the drivers assess the penalty from race control, when they cross that line, it takes over the race car essentially. So it cuts the power down to the engine, and it slows the car down for the whatever that penalty distance is, in this case a half second, and then as soon as that half-second penalty is served, power is restored to the car, and the racer will continue on with their race. So it is electronically enforced here in Gran Turismo 7, and that really does alleviate some of the stewarding pressures from our great officiating staff here at Race Asylum North America as well. So it's called the electronic enforcement penalty serving zone, and it is honestly a great feature for league racing here on the Gran Turismo platform, because it really does help dictate track limits and stuff like that. We got Ken here in second place, and Johnny C closing in here. So Johnny C is in the slip. He is closing up to the back end of that BRZ from Ken, and as we head in through Blochemont, is he going to be close enough to try and make something happen into the chicane? He's most certainly close enough, and he's going to take a look up the inside as we head into the chicane, and this is a battle for second place, and this is a great passing opportunity here, and a great defense right there by Ken. The Scary Guy for you is going to hold off the charge of Ray Racer for second place here as they cross the start-finish line, and Ray Racer is going to take a look here heading into La Source now as well up the inside, and can he hold it on the outside again? This is a much larger corner. It's a tougher hold on the outside, and no, he cannot. Ray Racer is going to get the job done. First try, it did not succeed, but the second try definitely was a success, and he's going to find himself up in second place here. That was a great battle between Johnny and Ken, and then those two are going to settle in second and third place here as they continue up to Kemmel Straight, and the target right now is Maddie, and Maddie is already exiting Lacombe, heading into Brussels, as these guys are just heading into Lacombe, so he has got a comfortable gap right now on second and third place. Tubes is sitting there just watching those two battle as Ken tried to respond there heading into Lacoma on the braking, and that's good for him. You know, those two, the more they continue to battle, the better chance he's going to have of closing up that gap to those two, because they're giving up time when you're battling, and that is going to quickly, if they continue to battle, turn this into a three-way fight for the podium. And I mean, Tubes is right there now. He is just on the edge of Slipstream, so it's going to take a couple of good corners there, and he's going to be right there in the fight. Then we see Ray Racer go wide, heading out in towards Puon there, and that's going to cost him a little bit of time and potentially compromise his grip in this corner as well. But it looks like he held off good there. Ken closes right up though, in through Puon, and ooh, a little inside out there as we got to head up the inside into campus, but he doesn't have the position, unfortunately, and Ray Racer is going to hold him off here for the time being. But Tubes is now in this conversation, so this has become a three-way battle for second, third, and fourth place here at the 33.5-minute mark of this race. And what a doozy. We thought Div 1 race was good. This one's pretty good itself. Alright, so scary guy for you, trying to hold off the charge of Tubes while trying to attack Johnny C up ahead of him here. So he's in a tough position right now. It's always tough being the car in the middle of a three-way battle. You need to worry about the car behind you. You're also still trying to attack on the car in front of you. And, well, a good offense usually results in a good defense. So we got a brake marker there sitting on the road, and a little bit of contact there between Scary Guy and Tubes. Scary Guy's going to gain a position there, and he's going to move himself up into third place as Tubes settles down into fourth place for the time being. But Matty's going to make that pit stop, so he's just getting the tire change now, so he's going to give the lead of this race up now to Johnny C, who is our sixth different race leader here today, and that is the seventh time now this lead has changed here so far in this race. And he made a pretty wild exit there out of La Source and somehow managed to keep Tubes in behind him as they head up a Rouge Le Radillon. He was straight sideways coming out of the exit there, and Ken here in third place. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's panicking too much. He's just he's focused. He seems obviously has a game plan here, and it just doesn't seem to be stressing too much about the battling happening here for position in the mid part of this race right now. We got Rusty in fourth place here, and he's looking nice and solid. He's been gaining on this pack here for a little bit, but they have been battling pretty good. Skunk here in fifth place, a little bit behind his teammate, but definitely he's trying to track forward here. We got Matty now in sixth place after his pit stop. Floyd's here in seventh position. We got Ray Racer in eighth. We've got Onzaway here in ninth with R27 chasing. We got Lucky Alpha here in 11th position. We got Matus here in 12th place. And looks like blue flag situation there for him as bar 27 is going on. So it's been a little bit of a rough race there for Matus, but that's all right. Seat time, like we said in the earlier part of the broadcast, seat time really is key when it comes to sim racing, especially in an organized manner like league racing. For example, Race Asylum North America in this great BRZ series. It's organized. It has rules. There's expectations. You know, there's certain things that the drivers are expected to adhere to and stuff like that, right? Where, you know, if you're just in random lobbies racing with random people you don't know in daily races, you know, you have what I like to call the unpredictability factor, and that's what makes it tough. So when you're in organized racing, you're under a structure. You know, there's expectations. There's a certain way you're expected to drive, blah blah blah, all those things. But then when you get into, you know, just the open casual player type multiplayer options, you know, you start to realize that you have a lot more to learn yet. And I recommend, in all honesty, for drivers that find they're struggling with dealing with traffic or passing cars or confidence in traffic and stuff like that, jump into random lobbies, maybe with a couple of buddies, go lobby hopping or do some daily races on maybe a track combo you like, and the unpredictability and learning how to read the unpredictability, say through your track radar or just by the movement of a car in your rearview mirror, really does actually fine-tune your racecraft, and it will actually make you a better racer if you approach it as a learning experience as opposed to I just want to win every race, because daily races, well, we all know that just doesn't happen, right? So, you know, there's a big difference between structured racing, league racing, and just, you know, the open multiplayer part of the game. So that's why we see such great racing in the organized part of the esports world because it has structure. You know, there's like I said, those expectations, and the drivers trust each other too as well. You get comfortable with each other racing throughout the season. You get familiar with each other, and that starts to provide for really great racing as well. So at the end of the day, seat time is always key. It doesn't matter where you finish on the racetrack. The point is that you keep pushing the gas pedal and the brake pedal, and you keep turning that steering wheel until the clock and that checkered flag waves. And you might not see it right now as it's happening in front of you, but you'll look back 6 months down the road and be like, wow, yeah, I've really improved. So seat time really, at the end of the day, is important. It doesn't matter what happens. Racing is unpredictable. You can't predict what's going to happen in a race. You can try. It's not going to happen that way. You can try and script it. It's not going to happen that way. Racing is unpredictable, and that's what makes it so fun. So we got Rusty still in the race lead here, and he's got a sizable lead over Matty right now in second place. We got Floyd back up into third places. The drivers that made the early pit stops have now made their secondary pit stops, so we're going to see the back half kind of move up front and the front half move back towards the back again. But then again, we'll see that pit stop sequence run through its sequence again, and we'll see the positions all swap around again. So On's away in 5th place. Ken's here in 6th place. He's still got Skunk right along for the ride. Lucky Alpha's just off in the distance in behind there as well. In 8th place, about 3.5, 4 seconds. Tubes and Bar 27 having a battle in here, and I see Tubes went just a little bit wide coming out of Brussels section there, and Bar 27 opening up a gap there, so that pressure alleviated for the time being from Tubes. So Bar in 10th place, sorry, with Lucky Alpha. We've seen getting away. We got Ray Racer here, and looking like he has the crew looking at something in pit lane here, so a mechanical issue happening on Ray Racer's car here, it looks like, and we'll see if that crew can get that sorted out and get back out on track here. But it is Rusty with the race lead here still. It's Matty here in 2nd place. It's Floyd in 3rd position. It's Johnny C here in 4th place on his way. In 5th, we got Skunk here in 7th place, and he's in a battle right now with scary guy for you, Ken, heading into the chicane, and just gets a little bit later on the brake start, manages to hold the position on Ken for the time being. So as we start lap number 17, Skunk's going to hold Ken off there in the chicane. It was a great little battle and great defense right there, just a little bit deeper on the brakes, and that was gave him just enough room there to hold the charge of Scary Guy for you off for the time being. Lucky Alpha pulling up in towards these two here, so that little quick battle in that one corner there allowed Lucky Alpha to gain probably about a second there. So paddling really can cost you time, so that's why you'll see drivers typically be patient and really wait for the right moment to make that pass, because they want it to be as quick and efficient as possible. You don't want to get hung up fighting side by side for too long, because it's not only costing you time, but it's costing the other driver time, and at the end of the day you're allowing the pack to catch up to you. So there's definitely different things that go through these racers' minds when they're behind the wheel as things progress in an hour-long race. There's a lot going on. You've got the radio chatter of the crew. You've got the radio chatter, of course, race control. And the race control, of course, takes precedence over anything, so you always got to be listening to that race control chatter. Lots of things going on behind the wheel of these race cars. We got Matty here in 2nd place. We got Floyd in 3rd place. Johnny C tracking there in behind right now in 4th place. Could say maybe 2 seconds, maybe a little less as they come through Pouan there. Floyd got a great run through Pouan. A little bit of a shallow run there for Johnny, and that might cost him a little bit of speed on exit there, but potential battle brewing there for 3rd and 4th place. We got Ken here, who's now up into 5th place. Lucky is closing in quickly, and Skunk has dropped down into 7th place, so losing another position there. We got Tubes in behind, and he's tracking there as well. He's starting to close those guys up a little bit on his way here in 9th place. We got Bar 27 here in 10th. Matus in 11th position, and Ray Racer still having that car assessed here by his racing team. They look a little perplexed there as they're checking things over, and it's going to be Rusty here still in the race lead. So varying strategies from some of the drivers here. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. We got Matty here in 2nd place. Gonna say it's probably in between 10 to 15 second gap right now to our race leader, who owes a pit stop still. Johnny C here is going to move up into 3rd place with Floyd diving into pit lane there to make his, but I would assume his final stop of the race. a little battling happening here. There, sideways was Lucky Alpha coming up into turn 20. There got collected up Skunk there, and Skunk just backed off there, and then of course gave the position back. So it's a tough corner there, and you know we've seen lots of mistakes made at turn 20 here so far this weekend with guys just getting a little too aggressive on the throttle coming out of that corner, or battling side by side through that corner, just little bits of contact, and well, that's what happens. Makes for mistakes, and it makes for a little bit of contact. On his way here in 9th place, we got Bar 27 closing in here in 10th, and just kind of kept a straight line there, so maybe playing a little strategy there. He did pick quite early on his second pit stop, so he may be doing a little bit of car conservation here in the early part of this final stint, maybe. But we've got Rusty here in the race lead, and like I said, it's sizable, 10-15 seconds over second place Maddie here currently, but both these drivers are still going to owe a stop, I believe. Johnny C here in 3rd place. I think he owes one more stop, and I believe the rest of the field has made 2 stops here, so could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. We do miss the pit stops from time to time. We got Skunk here in 5th place. We got Lucky up in 6th. We got Tubes here in 7th. We got Floyd in 8th. We got Onzaway here in 9th. Bar 27 chasing, and a half-second track limit penalty on Zaway as he heads into Brussels here, so that could be a potential position gain there for Bar 27. We got Matus here in 11th. He's got a blue flag being waved as what is it? Looks like Floyd is in behind here. Alright, so the question is, I believe we're going to see Rusty run this out till 2 to go, and then pop in for a final splash and dash on that final tire compound if he hasn't used all 3 tire compounds. I can't fully remember if this driver has. I believe he still owes a stop. I believe our top 3 still owe stops, but I could be wrong. Maddie here currently sitting in 2nd and Johnny in 3rd. A little bit of separation between 1st and 2nd for sure, and then 2nd and 3rd, a little less separation, but definitely some comfort zones for our podium drivers here. And then we have Ken and Skunk in 4th and 5th place, and that gap isn't, I would say, as comfortable as it is from 2nd to 3rd. It's still a sizable gap. I'd say 8, maybe 10 seconds, but I don't call that comfortable on a track like Spa when you can make one mistake and lose 5 seconds real quickly. Lucky here in the 6th place. We got Tubes here in 7th. We got Floyd in 8th. We got Onzaway here in 9th place. And side-by-side action with Bar 27. Bar 27 just backs out coming into the chicane there, and he's going to look for a good run coming out of turn number 20, and just settles in behind Onzaway here. And he didn't get the position after the penalty being served there. I'm a little bit surprised. We got Matus just making a little bit of a mistake on turn 20 there, but keeps it on the track. And it looks like Ray Racer may have that thing parked for the race here with only 14 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. That car's still in pit lane here, so not looking good for Ray Racer here today. We got Maddie in 2nd place, Johnny C. Just not a lot happening here at the moment. This last little bit of pit stop sequence is going to definitely tighten things up though. Tubes here in 7th place, and everybody just enough spread out at the moment here to not really be forcing a battle on another driver. This is the closest 2 cars at the moment, is Bar and Onzaway here. And Bar 27 is on a recovery race. He had something happen early on in the race, picked up some damage, and had to, I believe, alter his strategy slightly here coming into as the race is progressing. So on the recovery drive here, I mean, sitting in the top 10, so definitely not terrible. Got Rusty here in the race lead and coming into pit lane, so I did suspect he would have pit stopped there still, and that's going to give Maddie the race lead back here as he goes around. So Maddie now takes over the lead of the race, and that's the 8th lead change here tonight. So far in this race, we got Johnny here in second position, but it looks like Rusty might get released ahead here, and that is the case. Rusty's going to hold on to second place here coming out of that pit stop, and Johnny C finds himself still sitting in third place. We have Ken here in fourth. He is definitely trying to track Johnny down, but he still has Skunk chasing here, and I mean the gap's like 1.2 seconds at the moment. Lucky Alpha's coming in for a pit stop here as well. We got Tubes here in seventh position. We got Floyd here in eighth. We've got On the Way in ninth. Bar 27 still tucked right in behind there. We have Matus here at 11th. Again, looks like another car with a problem here on the racetrack. So it's Matty C now leading the charge here, and a solid 8 to 10 second gap here currently with 12 and a half minutes remaining in the race. But I do suspect that he still owes a pit stop. I could be wrong again. I could be wrong, but if my memory is working today, I believe that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, it was put down. Yeah.
Johnny's livery looks wrong. It's very wrong. Yeah, it's not showing up at all on the screen. That happens. It's just it's a GT7 quirk with replays. There's no kind of, I don't know what causes it, and I don't really know how to undo it, so we just roll with it. Johnny C here in third place. Ken here in fourth. We know he has a much better livery because there's livery requirements for the series, so you know he's not rocking a stock livery. Skunk here in fifth place. We got Floyd in sixth. We've got Tubes here in seventh place. We got On the Way in eighth. We got Bar 27 here in ninth. We got Lucky in 10th after his pit stop. We got Matus there in 11th, and Ray Racer still having his car set there in pit lane. Doesn't look good right now for Ray Racer. Looks like that car is not in great shape here so far. Alright, so it is Matty starting lap 21 here, and I mean, just a sizable lead at the moment. Rusty in second place. He's got Johnny chasing here in third place, so I mean, I don't think that the battle for second is quite over here yet. This is potentially going to be kicking off here near the end of this race. We still have 11 minutes remaining. We got Ken here in fourth place, and man, he had a great start to the race here. He's going to look to finish it off strong. We got Skunk here in fifth place. We got Floyd up into sixth here. We got Tubes in seventh, chasing On the Way in eighth. Got Bar 27 there in ninth. He's losing a little bit of pace on the way there. We have Lucky Alpha here in 10th, and he is got a little bit of time to make up there. There's a gap there for this driver right now. Matus in 11th place and Ray Racer in 12th, and we have, I believe, Shoddy or Shanty, I can't remember which one it was, finishing in 13th here with it was a DNF today, unfortunately. Matty here, though, is charging, and I feel like he owes a pit stop, but maybe he stopped really early and we just missed it. I could be wrong. Rusty here in the second place and starting to open up the gap a little bit here on Johnny C as well. So top three looking pretty comfortable right now. Second and third place are definitely close together enough to fight before the end of this race for sure. And Ken here has, I would say, a 10-second gap, maybe a smidge more to the podium up in front. Skunk is still chasing, is about 2.5, 3 seconds in behind. We got Floyd here, that gap is about 8 seconds still. Tubes is in behind Floyd there, it's about 4 to 5 seconds, but Tubes has a train coming in behind him here that's On the Way and Bar 27, so potentially a three-way battle here for 7th, 8th, and 9th place before this race ends. We still have just over 9 minutes remaining here in Division 2 race. We have Lucky Alpha holding strong in top 10 here. We got Matus in 11th and 2 drivers down and out here so far, but it is Matty coming to start lap number 22, and we are going to see 5 laps with this one included, I think. Maybe 4. It depends when Matty crosses, or whoever the leader at the time is, crosses the line at the end of the race timer there. Rusty is in second place here. He's doing a great job at managing that gap to third place driver Johnny C. Johnny C is definitely working hard there to try and close that gap back up on Rusty for the head. A little look look at the inside view of what these drivers are dealing with. Obviously, these guys are on the right-hand side of these race cars. These are very heavily raced, especially over in the oceanic areas of the world. So they are right-hand side drive, and that just relates right here into the North American cars as well. So it's simpler that way. And so it takes, I would imagine, it takes a little bit of getting used to being on the right-hand side of the car if you're used to being on the left-hand side of the car typically. So sometimes that takes a little bit of adjusting, but a little bit of an onboard view here with our third place driver, Johnny. And since we can't see his awesome livery, he can have the awesome inboard camera shot. Yeah, that's just how it is. It's just a little weird seeing the driver on the right hand side of the car going to North America, I suppose. Keep hitting the wrong button. Alright, so Ken here in 4th place right now. Skunk in 5th. We got Floyd here holding strong in 6th. We got Tubes still in 7th. On his way, and Bar 27 has swapped positions here. So Bar's moved up into 8th. On his way is down into 9th. And Tubes is under pressure here from Bar 27 and on his way as we head down into Brussels here on lap 22. So let's stick with this three-way battle here as well between Bar, Tubes, and on his way. And it is nose-to-tail racing here right now between these three. It doesn't get a whole lot tighter than this, with the exception of them literally pushing each other up the racetrack at this point. So you can see On's Way just backs off just a little bit here. That's not necessarily the worst of ideas, essentially, because if these two are battling and they make some contact with each other and then slow each other down or they half spin, he's got a little bit of time to react and try to place his car in a spot where it's going to be safe, or he can get a run like he has right now on Bar 27 on the outside and try to grab the position here. He's going to have the inside position there, and Bar's just going to catch that track edge right there, and that's going to just pull him out of the track there. He's going to lose that position, and On the Way is going to grab 8th place there as a very, very scrappy battle, and we're going to jump up and continue on with that battle here as it's now between On the Way and Tubes here. This is for 7th and 8th place. This is a very scrappy battle here between these two guys right now. Was 3 bars right there. He's not out of the equation here yet. He's just got a little bit of work to do to close the gap back up, and feisty little battle here between these guys right now. Both of those guys go wide coming out of Blochemont. Could pick them both up a penalty potentially there for that as well. So that could be a small advantage for Bar, but it looks like track officials let them get away with that one. Oh no, and On the Way makes a mistake coming out of the first chicane, and is going to get reset back on track out of turn 20 there, and he's going to lose that position back to Bar 27. And Lucky Alpha's coming around the corner here now, and he has closed up on this group. So the back half of the pack is getting spicy in the last 5.5 minutes of this race, let me tell you what. So Matty here sitting in pole position and comfortable. Very, very comfortable at the moment. Rusty here in 2nd place, and I don't see Johnny's car in the background here, so he has managed to open the gap up a little bit on that driver. Johnny C here in 3rd place, looking like about 4, maybe 5 seconds based off the gap on the map on the top right side of the screen there. Keep hitting the wrong button again. But still tracking. I mean, he can see him, so maybe less than 5. We got Scary Guy for You, Ken here in 4th place, and there's a big gap there. It's going to take a pretty dramatic event for him here, I think, to pick up podium at this point in the race today, but still having a great race. Skunk here in 5th place, Floyd here in the mid-pack right now. It's been an up-and-down race for him here, too. It's much of the same thing. It's been a pretty up-and-down, scrappy race for him. Bar 27's had a little bit of adversity here today, and he's sitting in 8th place, and he's starting to track Tubes back down again. On the Way here in 9th, and Lucky Alpha tracking on him here in 10th as well. So Batus at 11th, and we still got Ray Racer sitting in pit lane, and it doesn't look like he's going to make it out here for the end of this race. And that's unfortunate, but it happens. Cars break all the time. Alright, so Matty coming around here on lap 24. Potentially second last lap here. Rusty in 2nd place. We have Johnny here in 3rd, and I mean, like I said, unless something pretty dramatic happens to these 3 drivers up front here in the next 5 minutes, pretty secure podium positions there. We got Ken here in 4th place, and he's got a comfortable gap now on Skunk at this point in the race. Skunk here in 5th place. I mean, he's got nobody in the distance and behind him, so I mean, no pressure at all in behind. Right now, Tubes and Bar 27 are definitely the ones battling here, and they've all gained some positions here. So somebody has dropped down the field here. Tubes is now up in the 6th place. Bar 27's up in the 7th, still tracking. Lucky Alpha has gotten around on his way. Oh, and it was Floyd, our 6th place driver, dropping all the way down to 9th place, just in front of on his way here. So something happened to Floyd there, and he's found himself down 3 spots right at the end of the race. And you hate to see it, but that's racing at its finest. What can we say? So it is Matty here, and what do we got? 250 left on the clock. He's getting about a third of the way left of the track. He's going to be very close to final lap here, so let's just stick with our race leader here for a moment as he heads up in towards the Paul Frere curve. And he's actually up on his fastest lap right now, but Ray Racer still holds that fastest lap on the track, even though that car's been mechanically stranded for about a third of this race. He still has managed to hold the fastest lap on the racetrack, so he definitely was moving around this racetrack when that car was operating at 100% here today. But it is Matty here as we head down to Blois-Chamont, heading into the final chicane. And is it for the last time is the bigger question. Yes, this is going to be the final lap right here as our race leader comes across the start-finish line, and he's going to take the white flag here. 1 lap to go for our race leader, Matty. Rusty's going to come around on his 1 to go for a 2nd place finish. Ooh, a little mistake under throttle there. Definitely don't want to do that. Johnny is close enough to take advantage of a big mistake there in that final corner, sitting here in 3rd place. So, ooh, and that's a purple lap. Johnny C is going to steal fastest lap on the racetrack. We were just talking about how Ray Racer has managed to hold that lap, and Johnny C just took it from him, 2:18.780. Skunk here in 5th place. We got Noob and Bar 27 battling it out here as we head into campus, and it is fight on here for these two right now, and it is a great little battle. These two have been fighting hard all race long, and looks like Bar 27 is going to get the job done here for now as we head out into towards Blois-Chamont, and that's good time to try and get the move done here. But now he needs to defend them off coming into the chicane, because when these guys come across the start finish line, it is going to be 1 to go. And Lucky Alpha's right there. He's in the conversation here. He's in the fight now as well. So this is a 3-way battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th place. And it is the final lap as these 3 drivers come across that start finish line. Tubes taking an inside run there. Interesting. I think he's going to be looking for a big exit coming out of La Source here. He's going to take a wide entry, and he's going to try and get the cut back there on Alpha, but Alpha read it. He parked his car in the way, and unable as Tubes to get the power down to make the cut back work. But Tubes is in a good spot here to get a run on Lucky Alpha, heading up the Kevin Straight here. Floyd in 9th place, on his way in 10th, but Tubes coming around here, and Ray Racer looking like with a mechanical failure here today as well. So let's get back to our race leader. And we're nearing the end of this race here as we're heading up in through the Paul Frere curve and up towards Blois-Chamont for the last time here for this driver today. And going to bring it home here, ideally in P1 for himself. It was a very good strategy for this driver. Played it out very well, and he has a huge gap on the 2nd place here. So strategy, consistency, keeping the car out of trouble has definitely been keys to success here in Division 2. Division 1 was just a whole lot of don't make the little mistakes. This division looks like strategy kind of was key, and it's going to be Matty with a Division 2 race win here in round 6. It's going to be Rusty coming from the incredible sim racing team. It's going to be a 2nd place finish for him. Johnny C is going to come around here from Racing Asylum, and it's going to be a 3rd place finish for him. So great result there for Johnny. We got Ken coming here, and Scary Guy for You led a good portion of this race. He's going to settle it out here in 4th place. So good result here for Ken today as well. And he's just heading into the chicane here right now. Alright, as he comes across the start-finish line, it is in a 4th place finish there for Scary Guy for You. Skunk from Incredible Sim Racing Team is going to take a 5th place finish. That was a good race for him. Cool, calm, kept his head in the game, and coming across there in the top half of the field is going to be Bar 27 here. Great recovery drive from this driver here today. Had a very early on incident, had to alter his pit strategy, and manages to find himself in 6th place here at the end of the day. So it was a good recovery drive there from bar 27 here today, and he's going to cross the line in 6th place. Teammate Lucky Alpha just in behind here. Managed to get around Tubes as well. He's going to finish it off in 7th. We got Tubes here in 8th place. We got On's away here. He's going to bring it home here to finish off in 9th place. And Floyd with a tough end of the race there. Gonna round this thing out here in 10th place today. But top 10 is top 10, man. Hey, seat time is seat time. So great job there to Floyd. Matus rounds it out here in 11th place. I think a lap down, maybe 2. And Ray Racer finishing it in pit lane here today. So there we have it. Maddie C, Rusty, and Johnny C finishing out our top 3 here in round 6 from Division 2 from Racing Asylum in North America. And wow, what a really good set of races here this weekend from Race Asylum. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that was some spectacular racing from both divisions. Division 2 was a little spicier, a little more exciting. They had a little more, a few more moments than that Division 1, but still to change the fact that it was really some great racing all night long from both groups of races here. That was a great race. That was a great race. Great job to everybody. Congrats, Matt. Nice racing, buddy. So that is correct. He did just make an early pit stop, and I don't remember it, or I just didn't see it. So I really did think he owed a hard tire stop yet. But the strategy always key in these endurance races. Consistency is a big part of endurance racing. When you start getting into hour-plus longer races, consistency really does matter. It's kind of the crucial factor, especially in these lower divisions. Consistency will typically outbeat sheer pace, because the drivers on sheer pace typically will make those little mistakes, and eventually the little mistake will turn into a big mistake. So consistency is really key. Obviously, practice and having a good sound strategy is key, and that worked really great for Maddie, Rusty, and Johnny here today as well. So congratulations to the top 3 finishers there, and I mean, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm glad that we're finally able to be back and bring the content back to everybody. Again, I apologize to Racing Asylum and the drivers, and to all our viewers at home for no races over the last 3 weeks. We had a broken down part, and because it broke down during Christmas week, unfortunately, it took us a little while to get it in. But we have it. We're working. We're kicking. And what a great race to come back to. Absolutely 2 stellar races here from the Racing Asylum group. And huge shout out to Racing Asylum North America for bringing the series down here. The North American drivers are really responding well to it, it seems. I'm not, me personally, not a fan of this car, but that's just me. But it's provided for some great racing action here so far this season. So we'll be back next Saturday, same bat time, same bat place, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. What is it? What is that? That's like 12:30 UK and 4:30 Pacific Center Time. So we'll be back. We're going to try to do the same thing next week. We're going to do our Div 1 race live, and then we'll follow it up with our Div 2 race right after it's finished up again. So we hope you all enjoyed it. Please do leave feedback. If you haven't liked or shared yet, please do us a favor. Hit those reactions and share the content out to people that you think would enjoy the content. Due to our 3 weeks away from a broken part, we need a little bit of help to get everything kicking again. So we would appreciate it. And of course, the feedback for the commentary is always important. I don't think that I read it and just shun it off. It gets noted, and we definitely try to make as many changes as we can to keep our viewing community as intrigued as possible. So appreciate you all for hanging out with us here tonight. We'll be back live here on GT45 Gaming tomorrow night for our IRL ACC finale from the fall series. So that should be fun, and then we'll see what's in store for the rest of the week. So championship's coming. Lots of stuff happening here. We have been busy working behind the scenes in the downtime, at least. So lots of exciting things coming. And one of those exciting things is, of course, this great Race Asylum North America group. So stay tuned next Saturday. Like I said, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time is when qualifying is slated to start here. And we'll be back for round 7 of 10. So we are very quickly leading to the end of the season here. Man, has this season absolutely flew by here at Racing Asylum North America. But I just want to say a special thank you to the admin staff and the officials over there, all the hard work to do to keep these things running, to all the volunteers and behind the scenes, of course, too. You know, we can't do it without them. To our racers, obviously we don't have a race without the racers. And to the viewers at home, most importantly, thank you for all the support, continuing to come in and show the love week in and week out when we're racing. and we'll catch you on the next one. I mean, what else can we say? Fantastic racing by Div 1 and 2 today. I can't wait to see what these standings all shake up out here at the end of the week so we can get you a little more informed. And it's going to be another tough one for round 7. So the final round before the chase to the championship essentially starts here next weekend, and then the attitudes change, the mentalities change of the racers that are fighting for those top spots, a little less willing to share some information, a little more willing to take a risk to try and get that extra position when the points count. So we are leading into the point of the season that is really going to amp up. It's going to get really high energy. It's going to get really crazy, and it is going to be battle on to round number 10. The way this is shaping up, this championship is not going to be settled until the final race week. So settle in. It's going to be a absolutely spectacular finish to the final 4 weeks of the season here at Race Asylum. So appreciate you, Poop Town, my guy. Appreciate you, my guy. But to all the OGs, always, again, appreciate the understanding for the delay. To our new viewers and people that are wondering why we just haven't had content for the last 3 weeks, I do apologize. I definitely should have made some posts on my socials to let everybody know what was going on, but whoop, my bad. It's just my bad. And, well, we're back, so it is all good in the hood here now. But, I mean, great job to the racers. Normally we would do podium interviews after our race this year. That's typically our style here, but time efficiency is becoming an important thing here, unfortunately. So we'll be doing interviews, but we're just changing the way that interviews are going to be done moving into the future here, not only for, say, Race Asylum, but all championships and leagues that we work with. Other than that, I mean, the content stays the same. We're going to try and make some visual improvements here for everybody, and can't wait to see what these racers have in store for us in a week's time, that's for sure. But like I said, gone for now, but not gone forever. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our double header 30-minute sprint challenge to finish off our ACC series and crown our champion over there. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for the likes, shares, the comments, for hanging out, watching the races. Thanks for cheering on your favorite racers. Make sure you send them a message and tell them they did a good job. And we'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate y'all. Remember, you all matter. Stay winning, and stay fast. That's all that matters out there on the racetrack. Stay fast. Stay fast, everybody. Time to practice. Get that practice in, my guy. Cheers, everybody. We'll catch you soon.